Chance of showers and thunderstorms will be across the south and especially earlier highs this afternoon in the low to mid 60s. Drying out tonight under a partly cloudy sky. We drop down upper 30s north, mid 40s south. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny, highs in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Hertz Car Sales. Make the short drive to 2810 Midland Boulevard. Call them today at 783-1722 or check them out online at buyfromhertz.com.
Radio station.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith, from the Busch Light Studios. This is ESPN 95.3.
Buckle up! Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You are causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy?
What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
It is a What's Your Beef Wednesday edition of the Morning Rush, and you heard the top of our open. I encourage you to go to Hit That Line AR and watch the actual video of Hunter Yurchek and Eric Musselman in one of the UA Transit buses. They did a little skit, and it was quite funny, and that's kind of where a lot of our conversation will be centered around this morning. That a source confirmed by Whole Hog Sports reported that Eric Musselman and the University of Arkansas basketball program have agreed to a deal. It's not just there you'll find it other places as well. We didn't touch on this yesterday. We're going to today, the NCAA stance and their statement on championship events. I know a lot of you will have opinions on that, and you're welcome to get in that this morning. This private versus public school debate going on within the state of Arkansas. I know many people feel passionately about this issue one way or another. We'll get to that this morning as well. And then Tommy, my friend, has started his Joey Chestnut hot dog challenge, and he's 25 deep through 2 days. And for those just hearing about the Joey Chestnut challenge, our fantasy football league, the loser has to eat 75 hot dogs over the course of the week. And I'd like to get,
what was his number, 75? What was Joey Chestnut's number?
I think it was 75.
Okay.
And so I'd like to ask.
You get a week, not 10 minutes.
Exactly. And I'd like to ask our listeners this morning how he should go about eating those hot dogs, and I'll tell you how he's gone about it so far. But
one at a time would be my choice.
Yeah. But before we get into that, now hot dogs sound good, and I want a chili dog because I haven't had a chili dog in a while. Good weekend, good extended weekend.
Yeah, it's good to get away a couple days. Wife and my anniversary was last month, but falls right in the middle of March Madness, so we were kind of hooked up here at the radio station. Couldn't really get away for a weekend with fortunately, a basketball team that matters now. So that was good. So we pushed that back a few weeks and slipped out of town and got away for a little short, extended weekend.
What do you call those? Because you don't like calling them vacation.
It's just a trip. I mean, just a little
trip.
Weekend excursion, little getaway. Yeah, vacation's when you get on a plane, you go to a beach, spend a week somewhere, you know.
I'm never
on a vacate. 2 days in a vacation.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah,
spending a week.
Well, that's what you do. I mean, that's a vacation. I got 10 days planned in June, man. I can't wait. Leaving the country for 10 days.
Where are you going again?
Oh, I mean, I'm like Ruskin. I can't tell you. I'm afraid the paparazzi would follow me. But it might be Cabo San Lucas.
Okay.
So
didn't have the best experience in Cabo with all-inclusive resort. The food was not up to standards, and I'm not really a picky guy, but not what I was hoping for with the money I spent down there. But I say that we really didn't spend. It was like I think $900 for.
Yeah, what do you expect for $900?
Yeah, we're just seniors in college trying to find a good trip.
We went to this place we're going in June. We were there spring break. What would that have been? 19? Yeah, before the year before the pandemic. So yeah, spring break 2019, and 300 some odd co-eds from the University of Tennessee decided to join us at spring break as well there. They had a big trip down there, and they kind of just took over half the resort or whatever.
I remember when we went down to Jacksonville for when Arkansas played Wofford and North Carolina, we stayed in Panama City Beach in a Holiday Inn Express that woke us up with Lion King every morning, and just to make sure everyone was alive.
Mm-hmm.
And this one family, I didn't see a single other family in the hotel, but this one family booked without knowing what was going to ensue that week. And I can only imagine their accommodations.
I'd want my money back.
Yeah, I would be very frustrated to be in an experience like that. But this, anyway. So I'm glad you had a good week.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back, and got a lot going on. You kind of ran through the bullet points of some things that occurred while I was gone. The baseball team won last night. Hopefully play again today. I know we get rain falling right now outside, but hopefully they get to play another one with UA Pine Bluff tonight. Pretty decisive win last night, 12-4. I don't know how much time we'll spend on that, but Arkansas unanimous number one gets their 27th win of the year. I'm wondering if this team can, by the time it's all said and done, whenever it's said and done, get close to 50 wins this year.
We talked to Dave Van Horn yesterday. It's a great interview. You can find that in the Bud Light Seltzer Morning Rush podcast on our Hit That Line podcast network, brought to you by Breeden RV. The conversation we had yesterday was great because I kind of let him in. Hey, you mentioned after the Ole Miss series, starting pitching still not enough to snuff, and he was like, "Don't beat around these." He didn't say "don't beat around the bush." I'm forgetting the cliche phrase he used, but he's like, they haven't been good, and they're still trying to solidify that. But he talked about the mental stability and the toughness that his team displayed in Oxford, and not they had some starters rest yesterday, and the team's still physically tired. They didn't practice on Monday, but still got a pretty decisive win against the Golden Lions.
I need to go back and listen to that. I did not catch that yesterday, but you can also talk about hitting against starting pitching. With the exception of that Sunday game at Ole Miss, Arkansas has not been hitting starting pitching very well lately. Now, obviously, they got out to the 11-0 lead, then that fell apart, came back, tied the game at 14. We know the story, but for the most part, hitting against SEC starting pitching hasn't been great for the most part. Hopefully, Sunday's a sign of things to come in the early innings of games in the future.
They can keep improving back,
right.
But we also touched on with Dave just the emphasis on getting 2 early top 5 wins on the road in both Starkville and Oxford, sweep against the Mississippi State Bulldogs, and then a win against Ole Miss. And he knew how important that was. One of the other things that
just keep winning 2 out of 3, man.
One of the other things that he brought up during our interviews, Clay asked him a fantastic question at the end about Hunter Yurchek's leadership, and Dave spoke to just the respect that Hunter gives to the student-athletes and the coaches. He feels like the team camaraderie amongst coaches at Arkansas is the best it's ever been, and he respects Hunter. And you could tell it was very sincere in the way that he spoke about the U of A athletic director. And I just thought it was cool because I know that baseball hasn't necessarily been a priority for some ADs in the past, and it seems like that Hunter knows the value of Dave Van Horn in this baseball program and is really helping it out any way he can. There seems to be more attention and funds distributed to baseball than there has been in years past.
Yeah, you notice that new building out in right field? That'd be the first clue and indication that you got an AD that believes in baseball and is willing to invest the resources to keep it a nationally top 5 program. And I don't know enough about college baseball, man, to tell you who the other top 5. You're not who the other top 5 college baseball programs are in America, but you're not going to convince me Arkansas isn't one of them. I don't know if it's the best baseball program in America. I know we're biased, but you're not going to convince me Arkansas isn't amongst the 5 best baseball programs in college baseball right now.
I'll say it. It's not the best baseball program.
I mean,
you hadn't won a national championship. And I know that might sting a little bit on a What's Your Beef Wednesday, but until you get that
factual statement.
Yeah, you probably give that to Vanderbilt. I know LSU in the 90s had things going. Maneri hasn't been doing that great this season.
But Vanderbilt doesn't have the facility Arkansas has. I mean, their football grandstands or bleachers hang over the left field. I guess it's the left field bleachers, don't they?
The Hawk.
Yeah, that's not exactly facility.
Sure
but the winning part of it, right? Tim Corbin, right? They check a lot of boxes.
Plus, they have that private scholarship thing. I don't know how to explain it, but they can divvy out more than 11 point whatever, and it's just it's unfair to a certain extent, not just in the SEC, but across college baseball.
Well, if you had to take courses at Vanderbilt, you'd want some extra help somehow, some way. All right, we're off and running on a What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Standard Materials Group. They have immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license with no automatic restriction, you want to be home every night, you want to work with a great company that offers great pay, benefits, a great team environment, and growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
We'll talk about Eric Musselman coming up, the contract situation. That's next.
Listen to that last segment, I promise you, it sounded like I walked into a barbershop and listened to two old men just go at it. That was great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Headquartered here in Arkansas, designed in Switzerland, and field tested by customers all over the world, Canis Tactical Hunting Gear will allow you to hunt longer, farther, and in more comfort than ever before. Our Alpha Camo pattern was designed with versatility in mind. Whether you are hunting early or late season whitetails, chasing greenheads in the timber, our layering system will keep you warm and dry no matter how extreme the conditions. Visit us at canisathlete.com and use the code Arkansas to receive 15% off your first order. Canis Athlete, be the wolf.
At any of the Clay Maxey companies, it's just an easy, customer-centered experience. We wanted to make it a one-stop shop, so we added Kawasaki and Can-Am and Hustler and Worldline. It's really been a nice add for us. We provide full service. We're doing pickup and delivery. We were able to add the Vexus line, which is a premier bass boat line. We want to make it easy. We want you to visit us at any of the Clay Maxey companies, Clay Maxey Ford and Harrison, Berryville, Motorsports, Marine, or Clay Maxey NWA.
Wheels RV in Springdale wants you to seek out all the Natural State has to offer this year. Explore Arkansas in a new RV from Grand Design, Forest River, KZ, Heartland, Keystone, or Alliance. All the best brands at the best prices. Enjoy peace of mind with our lifetime warranty on every new RV and a mobile service shuttle to keep you camping. So come on in and discover why Wheels RV was voted the best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. 5 miles west of I-49, exit 72. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV. The biggest selection, the best values, and more for your trade at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. No one beats the selection at Harry Robinson with over 500 vehicles of all makes and models in stock today. Some as low as 500 miles, many less than 10,000 miles with full factory warranty. Pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and great vehicles of all makes and models are ready now at Harry Robinson. When the other dealers don't have it, Harry does. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
There's an old saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Hi, this is Scott at Calico County. 2021 is here, and no doubt a lot has changed in the last year. But something that has stayed the same is Calico County's award-winning food. Great portions that are fresh and always cooked from scratch. Something that we have changed is improved curbside service for those of you that don't want to fight the crowds. And of course, we will never change those great cinnamon rolls that everyone loves. So for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or catering, it's Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue, behind Randall Ford.
Riley Farm Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedures for you and your family. From general dentistry, braces, implants, and cosmetics, Dr. Bo Sparkman and Dr. Brogan give all of their patients better lives with a better smile, more confidence, and a comfortable experience every time. Riley Farm Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit RileyFarmDental.com.
For a dependable, fuel-efficient tractor from a company committed to the future, choose a Branson tractor. Each of our tractors is backed by a 6-year limited warranty with models available ranging in horsepower from 22 to 58. You are sure to find the tractor that is right for you. Make sure you call or stop in today at the new location for Bush Tractor at 6100 South 0 Street in Fort Smith. Again, that is 6100 South 0 Street in Fort Smith. Or you can check them out online at bushtractor.com.
Spring has sprung and the summer heat will be here soon. Now is a great time to upgrade your air conditioning system. From now until the end of May, Carrier's Cool Cash rebates will save you up to $1,500 on a new heating and cooling system. Schedule your free estimate today at AshleyAir.com.
When your air conditioner breaks, you know who to call. There's only one choice. AshleyAir.com.
Farm Credit has been a trusted friend for over 100 years. They are ag financing experts, so whether you're a longtime farmer, new to farming, or buying your dream home or land in the country, their experienced staff has a plan to fit your goals, needs, and your bottom line. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal opportunity lender.
So, you upgraded to the elevated ride of the 2021 Toyota Highlander.
New Highlander, Mr. D?
Yeah, figured it was time for something nicer, more refined.
Look at this thing. I mean, that moonroof is pretty sweet.
It's extremely stylish.
That's not all. As you can see, it has leather seats, dual-zone climate control,
and comes with all the latest tech.
And Android Auto. Check out this 12.3-inch touchscreen. Great for navigation, hands-free communication, music.
Awesome.
The Highlander also has loads of space and even a third-row seat.
Did I see 5 USB ports?
You sure did, buddy.
Perfect place for your daughter's new boyfriend.
This is so embarrassing.
Elevate every ride in the new 2021 Highlander.
Get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2021 Highlander L for only $279 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and end 5/3/21.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Crabb.
0-1. Hit high in the air to right field and sailing all the way back to the wall. Out of here.
All your favorite podcasts in one place. The Hit That Line Podcast Network. Brought to you by Breeden RV Center. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
Back here on the Morning Rush, I want to talk about the video that Hunter Yurchek, Eric Musselman of the Arkansas men's basketball program, posted yesterday, and just kind of the latest on what we've been hearing with his contract coming up here on the Morning Rush.
About to be prime time for bass fishing. How was y'all's chat with Bruce Stanton yesterday?
It's great. We talked about my hair for 10 minutes. I just let Clay and Bruce just laid into me for about 10 minutes.
It's good. You need some old guys coming down on you every now and then besides me. But, hey, I can tell you this. Bruce is fired up about some bass fishing the next few weeks because spawn's on. These fish are going to be on the move, and you need to make sure your tackle box is ready, whether it's the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr., the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue, or the Bobby Garland Baby Shad. They've got them all, even the Yum Dinger. Go look for your favorite Pradco brands, all those Yum and Smithwick and Bobby Garland brands that you'll find at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. In fact, I'd start at LureNet.com, figure out what you want, then go to your favorite local spot and buy them up. It's all from Pradco and the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
You see the video and some creativity on the Arkansas basketball video department's in with Muss and Yurchek getting in the UA Transit bus. And I know a lot of people are excited. The Whole Hog Sports article, Jeff Goodman, I think, was the first to report of Watch Stadium that they had indeed inked in the contract. And according to a source from Whole Hog Sports, Eric Musselman has reached an agreement to remain the University of Arkansas head basketball coach. Another source says the deal is for a combined $20 million in the next 5 years.
That sounds about right. So I'll be interested to see that, and then also the terms. Around $4 million a year is exactly what we were thinking would be the ballpark. You know, upper threes, low fours. So four's a number I can probably believe has some credibility to it. All that's great. That's not the hard part to me for what Yurchek and Musselman had to come up with. It's what are the terms of the buyout both directions? What's it going to cost Muss to leave the next 3 years? You're making this investment as a university, as an institution. What are you going to ask for in return? It was a $5 million penalty until the end of this month for him to leave early. Will there be something similar to that? It drops to $1.5 million. We meet in the middle. That's interesting to me. What's it cost him to leave? Also, you know, you never think you're going to fire a coach when they're doing well and things are going great. But those terms of the contract are very important as well. What are you going to have to pay him if you decide to part company?
What should it be?
What it should be and what I think it'll be is probably two different answers. I think it will be about 70% of the contract remaining is probably what it will be. And I'm basing that on what Hunter Yurchek's tried to do with the remaining ones, with the previous contracts that we've got to look at.
First phone call in the morning as we go out to the land of the Bulldogs. Welcome in JD, who's in Greenwood. JD, you're on the Morning Rush, man. Go ahead.
Hey, got to ask you guys a question. I figured I can get some straight answers. I was going to take my grandkids to the ball game Saturday.
Yeah.
And I called up. I didn't call up. I went online, looking for the pricing and the seating and all.
Are you talking about baseball or the football game, JD?
Baseball.
Baseball, okay.
And so when I got to looking online, the hog pen was $100 a ticket.
Woo!
And I said, "Wow, you got to be kidding me!" And so I went ahead and I looked over into the seating, and for 6 seats, it was going to cost me $950.
Yeah, tickets.
Can you believe this?
It makes me want to sell mine, but I've been not doing that so far this year. But you're right, tickets are in high demand because they didn't allot every ticket out at the beginning of the year because of the pandemic, and it's made seats as far as secondary market values skyrocket this year. It's a shame because you're wanting to take your grandson and it becomes financially impossible to do.
Well, it's not. I could afford to do it. But the question is why is the University of Arkansas price gouging us?
It's not the
University.
It's not the University of Arkansas, JD.
People like Ty that's got tickets and then they hold on to them because this is how Ty would profiteer off a situation like this.
What did I just ask you before we came on? Do you have any tickets?
Yeah,
for
see,
Saturday?
he asked me for some of my tickets. I'm going to give them to him for free, and then he's going to profiteer off of them. So.
I gotta make some money somehow.
Yeah.
It is a bummer, JD,
Yeah,
when you have the unanimous number one team in college baseball and you're playing a Southeastern Conference team this weekend. It's going to be hard to find tickets, regardless if it's the hog pen or if it's in the traditional chairback seats. My brother, for example, is coming up this weekend. They already got some tickets from a player's parents for Friday's game, but they don't have Saturday tickets because, like you said, they're just too darn expensive, man.
Mm-hmm. How many you need for Sunday, JD?
Well, I look at it this way. I don't mind paying a price.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But I'm not going to pay $950 to go watch Texas A&M.
I wouldn't either.
It's not worth it.
No.
Maybe over the course of it, maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but for one game,
nope.
So
you need.
I'll pay that to go to a football game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not paying $950 to go watch Arkansas whip up on Texas A&M.
All right, so you need 6 tickets for Sunday. Is that what you're looking for?
6 tickets for Saturday.
Oh, for Saturday. 6 for Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have Matt put you on hold here. SmackDown's going to put you on hold, and we're going to get your number because somebody's listening that might want to make a better deal. Maybe we can hook 2 people up here. Someone wanting to sell some tickets. We're doing a little ticket exchange here this morning.
While you're at it,
we'll get your number, and we'll see if we can fix you up, JD.
I mean, I'll give JD. Appreciate the call.
Hang on, JD.
I'll put you on,
don't go anywhere.
Put you on hold.
Yeah.
If we're going to give shameless plugs, I'll take some tickets for Saturday's game.
No, I don't have any for you. So.
If someone wants to.
I don't have any Saturday tickets. All of mine are long gone Saturday.
Someone else has a hog pin box that they're not using this weekend, and they want to give it to a guy that will take advantage of it. Feel free to send it my way.
I've got some tickets.
I'll pay for it, too.
I got some tickets for Friday and some tickets for Sunday, and if I could get $950 for them, I might have to think about that. But no, I mean that's the shame of how this year's just worked out because of the decisions the university was forced to make at the beginning of the year. It put tickets in a real tight spot. Now they're loosening some of that up, but it also is a indication of the quality of the product you got too. Unanimous number one team.
I wonder.
Everybody wants to go.
With what we saw in Swayze Field this weekend, is that something you can foresee Governor Asa Hutchinson potentially allowing full capacity? We've seen it at Ranger Stadium. We see it in Oxford, Mississippi, and Starkville, Mississippi.
If he allowed it, would the university go for it? I mean, they wouldn't force the university to open up 100%, but what would Hunter Yurichek's thoughts be if that was allowed? Would they do it?
Put the youngins in the hog pen, put the older gentlemen and gentle gals in the chairbacks.
Gentle gals, I like that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. More of the Morning Rush heading your way. Quick and headlines coming up.
Find us on 99.5 and 1290 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs in Central Arkansas, 104.3 in
Dandy white perch, big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This song might make you feel cool, but it perfectly describes a fool. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road and gonna ride till I can't no more, and can't nobody tell me nothing. This path will only lead you to God's wrath, because the Bible says the wicked refuse discipline and treat his words like trash. What good is a nice beat when you're headed down the wrong street? I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
NW Gold, Silver, and Coins, Bentonville, Fayetteville.
This time of year is hectic, and we know you have things to do and places to be. Southern Tire Mart can help you get there and save you money on America's most trusted brands like Michelin and BF Goodrich. Take advantage of our $29.95 oil change, which includes a 27-point vehicle inspection. Come see us at Southern Tire Mart just off I-540 at exit 14 in Fort Smith today for quality Michelin and BF Goodrich tires and the best-in-class service. Get where you need to be with Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Southern Tire Mart.
We've got the wings, you've got the mouth. Watch basketball the right way with Buffalo Wild Wings. Get the breakaway bundle and receive 30 award-winning wings for only $29.99. 15 traditional and 15 boneless, plus fries for only $29.99. Order takeout or delivery online through the Beat Ups app. Locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and Conway. What are you waiting for? Watch with wings and get buckets. Available at participating locations for a limited time, dine-in, and takeout only. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
What's cracking, Fort Smith? Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. Winter's over and I'm feeling like a spring chicken. So if your old ride's a rotten egg, don't let it spoil your spring. This month you could get an excellent deal on one of our Rath Road Ready vehicles. Each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. I don't care if your old ride is fried, scrambled, or hard-boiled, because right now you could trade up when you trade it in, even if you're still making payments or you owe more than it's worth. My non-commissioned sales staff will help you trade in that bad egg and drive away sunny side up in a nicer, newer car for the same or possibly even lower monthly payment. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for spring in our Meineke Car Care Center with free AC checks, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. So hop into spring in a nicer, newer car, but hurry, a deal this good will spoil fast. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends April 30th, 2021.
There's an old saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Hi, this is Scott at Calico County. 2021 is here, and no doubt a lot has changed in the last year. But something that has stayed the same is Calico County's award-winning food. Great portions that are fresh and always cooked from scratch. Something that we have changed is improved curbside service for those of you that don't want to fight the crowds. And of course, we will never change those great cinnamon rolls that everyone loves. So for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or catering, it's Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue, behind Randall Ford.
For a dependable, fuel-efficient tractor from a company committed to the future, choose a Branson tractor. Each of our tractors is backed by a 6-year limited warranty with models available ranging in horsepower from 22 to 58. You are sure to find the tractor that is right for you. Make sure you call or stop in today at the new location for Bush Tractor at 6100 South 0 Street in Fort Smith. Again, that is 6100 South 0 Street in Fort Smith. Or you can check them out online at bushtractor.com.
Do you own apartment complexes, condos, and rental property? Then you have made a great investment. Now make another great decision by calling Trinity Multifamily to help you maximize your return. Trinity Multifamily offers full-service property management, marketing, leasing, sales, and all the services to make your cash flow. Take the hassles and frustrations out of ownership and call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Frankrow Furniture is having an April Super Stimulus and Tax Refund Sale. Save hundreds of dollars. Sofas, loves, sectionals, and recliners, all made in the USA. Big savings for our finance customers and extremely large savings on cash sales. Family-owned, in-store no credit check financing and service after the sale. Frankrow Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Here's his pitch. Wallace hits a high fly ball to left field, carrying back. Graham's tiptoeing to the wall, and Graham reaches up. It's gone. It is another home run.
I'm going to try this call-in number.
Call or text the Morning Rush at 877-377-6963.
My first official call-in.
Arkansas baseball gets a 12-4 victory over UAPB last night. We'll touch on that and some other quick-hitting headlines coming up. Before we do that, I want to tell you about our friends at Razorback Camper Sales. Huge selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups. They're also going to offer full prep and setup at no extra cost to you at Razorback Camper Sales. Best parts, best service department in the state of Arkansas, and it's the oldest family-owned RV dealer in Arkansas for over 50 years. Find out why so many of your friends, family, coworkers have been happy campers at Razorback Camper Sales. Come by and see them in Hot Springs or online at razorbackcampersales.com. Christian Franklin has a career-high best 6 runs last night, and you wonder, Tommy, how this team was going to respond coming off a big-time emotional series win, big-time really emotional Sunday win in Oxford, Mississippi against a top 3 opponent, gave them the outright lead in the SEC West. Well, 12-4 is what you ended up last night.
Yeah, and Franklin goes 3 of 4 at the plate. You mentioned those 6 RBIs that he drove in and walked one. You know, that other at bat was a walk as well. So Arkansas got out early, scored 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and never really looked back. Gave up 3 runs in the 8th to go with a single run they'd given up to UAPB in the 5th inning. But I saw the highlights of the post-game comments after the game on hitthatline.com, and Dave was talking about adjusting to the velocity, the slower velocity of the starting pitching for UAPB as Joel Barker was an off-speed pitcher, went 6 innings, and he was the one that gave up 6 earned runs in those 6 innings.
I think it can be difficult when you see such superior pitching in the Southeastern Conference and then to transition to a midweek game. That's why sometimes you've seen Arkansas struggle. It's not because the talent or coaching. I mean, you just have to adjust so quickly, right?
No, absolutely.
I've never played baseball growing up, but from friends I've talked to who grew up playing either like Legion ball or high school ball or some even college ball, it's just it's hard to go from 90-something miles an hour, Tommy, to 70s and 80s. Well, it's not consistent.
And I don't know what the velocities, what the velos were on these guys last night, but you know that Pine Bluff is a 2-20 record right now, and the starting pitching last night had and last night didn't help either. 12.38 ERA and a 14.90 ERA with the first 2 guys in. Second guy in last. I mean, 3 of their 4 pitchers had double-digit ERAs last night. So I mean, when you get into these smaller schools and in a conference like the SWAC, that they have to make choices. They've got X number of dollars. Well, they generally invest that in their football program or their basketball program or some kind of – the baseball program doesn't get the resources. And, I don't think UA Pine Bluff, has ever been known as a baseball powerhouse. And I think this is a year that's a struggle for them.
Recruiting news for you this morning. Quincy McAdoo out of Clarendon has decommitted from Florida State. He told Hogbeat that he's going to try and attend the Razorback spring game. 4-star recruit, I think the 3rd highest rated player in the state of Arkansas. according to Rivals in 2022. Someone to keep an eye on this upcoming year.
Tomorrow will be Recruiting Thursday, something to ask Richard about. I know there's a lot of recruits coming in for the red-white game this weekend, or a little more than a dozen at least coming in. So this would be a guy you'd like to get to campus, be able to when those opportunities open up, you want to first get him on a Zoom, and I'm sure they've made those introductions and already done that and went through the process already. But get him on campus. Let's see if you can get this guy a little more interested and committed to what's going on in Fayetteville.
The ESPN FPI came out recently, and Arkansas is 29th in ESPN's preseason football power index, and the formula rated Arkansas as the toughest schedule in college football for the second consecutive season.
Not a surprise. I mean, it's playing in the West, playing Alabama, playing A&M, playing LSU. Auburn. I don't know how good Auburn's going to be this year, but generally a name you'd throw up there in that conversation. So that, and then last year you were supposed to have had Notre Dame on the schedule. That fell apart because of COVID. Ty, you get Texas in here this year, and Texas is going to be a top 25 program. So you had a couple of years there with Chad Morris where you kind of escaped and avoided a Power 5 school in your non-conference schedule. Well, you don't have that luxury anymore. So the schedule just doesn't have any breaks. And then on top of that, oh, by the way, you get to play Georgia again. So, yeehaw.
Y'all tell me if I'm wrong about this. I think the toughest stretch that Arkansas faces in the schedule of the season is Texas A&M, at Georgia, at Ole Miss, and against Auburn. I got to double check. And their buys on Halloween this year. I got to double check and see what that is. But, I mean, if you look at the schedule, to me, the bye weeks after UAPB, I think that's clearly the toughest part. Again, against Texas A&M and Jerry World, at Georgia, at Ole Miss, and then you get Auburn back at home. I don't think there's a tougher 4-game stretch on Arkansas' schedule, to be honest, by a mile.
If you want to narrow it down, I'll just for the sake of conversation, Mississippi State, LSU, Bama isn't going to be an easy road either. That's after the bye week. You get Missouri at the end,
and that's why I looked at that schedule, or that portion being, because you do get that bye week in between those last 4 games, and I think that
LSU and Bama back to back, both on the road.
I still think that 4-game stretch before is tougher.
Well, and we'll have to see how good LSU is. We know how good Bama is likely to be. You get Mississippi State at home. Just the fact that you got to play both of those on the road, I would lean that direction early. But LSU's under a lot of pressure. That game right there at LSU, if Arkansas goes down and wins that game, it's hard to think about Ed Orgeron being fired. But that could be a situation where his job could potentially be on the line in that Arkansas game.
What's the latest on that? I've been trying to pay attention.
Latest on Ed?
Just the whole LSU debacle.
He's replaced his whole staff. I mean, it's do or die.
The off the field stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I was just talking about there's just the pressure to.
I know the pressure's on the
pressure's
field.
always on at LSU, but now that you've disassembled and put back together an entire staff, there's no one left to blame. So Ed's got to win now.
Yeah, and I don't.
I'm just saying losing to Arkansas will not set well. If they've lost 2 or 3 games, Arkansas is their 4th or 5th loss at that point. That could be a very meaningful game for the LSU staff.
Couple more headlines for you this morning, including some food ones coming up. USA Today has Moses Moody going 12th overall to the Indiana Pacers. Do you have a specific team that you'd like to see? I mean, selfishly, I'd love to see him on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Do you have a team or a coach that you'd like him to play for at the next level?
Not really, because I'm not the least attentive to the NBA in this room right now, and probably fall in line with, I think, a lot of our older listeners that don't pay attention to the NBA a lot. So to me, I'd like to see him, if it can't be Oklahoma City, let's be at a high-profile place like the Lakers. Let's be at a high-profile place that is going to get you some attention and put you around some good players. Mm-hmm. Golden State, somewhere like that.
Play for old Steve Kerr.
Right. Only problem with playing for a West Coast team is you got to stay up late to watch the guy then.
Play with Steph, and then when Klay Thompson comes back, though, because they need some more shooting. They can always use more shooting down at Golden State. Just another Another Splash Brother. All right, this Mark Wahlberg thing, he's going to play a role in the upcoming movie Father Stu, Boxer Turned Priest.
Okay.
He's had a workout regimen for the longest time where he wakes up really early, eats really well. Now he's going to plan on gaining 30.
I do one of those two.
Yeah. He's going to plan, Tommy, on gaining 30 pounds in 6 weeks, eating KFC, Denny's, and drinking 6 packs of beer. Now, that just sounds like the life.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Have you had that new KFC sandwich yet?
I've not.
I haven't either.
If you were put in a professional work situation where you agreed to gain 30 pounds temporarily to fill a role or something, how would you want? What would be? I'm guessing pizza would be the way you would want to do it.
Pizza, natural life.
Pizza 3 times a day or something. So, yeah, I mean, KFC and Denny's might not be my first two choices of fattening up, but I think they will work. So
I think he can find something there that will put some.
All he's got to do is just quit working out, and then he'll probably be well on his way.
Speaking of eating, y'all, this morning, I need some help out from our Morning Rush listeners this morning. There was a recent article, and I'm forgetting the source, but someone is paying $500. I don't know if it was a game or over the course of a month or so to go to different MLB stadiums and try the different hot dogs.
Yeah, I got an email about
rank
this.
Rank the bun, rank the dog, rank the
so I was reading this email they sent us. It's one of we get behind the curtain here a little bit. We get emails every day from people wanting to hawk a book, pitch a YouTube channel, something where they're offering us a free segment to come on. Somebody wanted to come on the show and talk about this, and we've been in the midst of March Madness and a ton of other stuff that just didn't have time for. But the way I read it, Ty, is they're going to pick someone to go to each Major League Baseball park, and they're going to give you $500 in your expenses to go review, taste, and give your thoughts on the hot dog at a ballpark.
Sounds like
you don't get to go to all of them; you get to go to one of them.
Oh, just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess 31 people are going to be chosen, the chosen ones for hot dog taste testing.
Okay.
Hot dog! Hot dog!
All right, do you know where that? Oh, at Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Oh, you know that. I just typed in hot dog song this morning, and I assumed you might know the source. Sounds
yes,
like you do.
Yeah, well, when you have youngins, and mine aren't young anymore, that was that. I don't even know if that's still in now. But when my two that are now 9 and 11 were 3 and 5, hot hot diggity dog. Yeah. The Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, baby.
You do know the course about that. So
almighty.
The hot dog conversation needs some help this morning, y'all. The loser of our fantasy football league has to eat 75 hot dogs over the course of the week. It's the Joey Chestnut Hot Dog Challenge. He started already.
Glad I'm not on y'all's league.
He's a little man. He's about 140 pounds, 5'5", really small, really just angry little man. We love riling him up because he just gets so mad all the time.
Sounds like you.
I'm
easily riled.
Cool, calm, and collected.
SmackDown's over here shaking his head. Yes. Yes.
Cool, calm, and collected 24/7. And he's done, so far, y'all, he's got 25 down. He's done it with spinach. He's done a plain just dog by itself. And he's done it with Doritos.
I thought it had to be dog and bun. Just dog?
Just dog. So this morning, y'all too, anyone else that wants to help me out,
And you got how many days to do it?
7.
7
and he's
days.
25 deep.
So you're 11. You're not quite 11 hot dogs in each day.
So how else should he consume these hot dogs? And he's told us, and again, I think it helps, or not helps, it hurts that he's such a small guy, and his metabolism and body is going to be affected much more adversely than one of us being bigger dudes. So how else should he go about eating these hot dogs?
If you don't have to have bun, I go no bun. Absolutely go no bun. So then you got to find your favorite, to me, dippings. You got to treat them less like a hot dog and more like, some kind of smoked sausage or something you take off the grill. In fact, I might even go that direction just to make it easier to stomach. But a good spicy mustard or something that you're going to have to get going there. But did either one of y'all get your mom fix you mac and cheese with the hot dogs cut up in it?
I've done that.
Man, I was raised on that.
She tried to. And
Ugh.
just wouldn't eat it.
Oh, you want? Yeah, you're not a mac and cheese guy. You're the one.
My brother loved it.
We had that all the time as kids.
Absolutely.
I was raised on that, and then sauerkraut and hot dogs. We had sauerkraut and hot dogs all the time at my grandmother's. So that'd be two of the ways I'd start.
Okay.
Nobody else in my house likes sauerkraut, though.
Mac and cheese, hot dogs, sauerkraut.
Corn dog probably be the easiest one for me.
Corn dog. Okay.
Corn dog's good. Corn dog count in y'all's contest?
It does,
Okay.
yes. Y'all tell me if you like this. Chili dog pizza.
Chili dog pizza.
I haven't had it yet, but I want to try it.
I'll try it.
I went through a list of recipes, and y'all can
I've
text.
never heard of chili dog pizza.
Never?
No.
All right, you can text in 877-377-69.
I'm not sure you didn't just make it up.
Well, I haven't ate pizza. I'm like, you know what would be really good? Put a hot dog on
in chili.
You got experience. Just chili dog itself. I feel like just add flavor. Pigs in a blanket.
Love them.
Of course.
Yeah.
We get on that. I can eat, the Sister Schubert pans. I can eat a full one of those by myself. In fact, I typically, around Christmas and Thanksgiving, I always tell my parents, I was like, y'all make sure to get an extra one or two of those because I'll go.
Yeah, they sell a bag. I bought some for Easter. They sell a bag at Sam's. You get like 40 of them for $8 or something. So
Eric replies in on Facebook. He says baked beans and hot dogs.
All right.
Have y'all ever done that?
That's beanie weenies, right?
I can do that.
Okay.
And wouldn't that be beanie weenies?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Eric says in Greenwood says a hot dog with peanut butter on it's great. I've never experienced that.
I've heard of it, never tried it.
Okay. William in Jonesboro asked the question, how are we making sure the hot dog count is accurate?
That's
William,
a good
he has
question.
to video every single dog he eats because we don't trust him with the 10-foot pole. And so
are you watching each one of these? So you got 75 videos to watch now?
He has sent us like a 5-minute video where he eats 5. He hasn't been doing so much single videos. He's been sending the videos multiple. So, chili mac with cut up hot dogs. Hamburger helper.
That's what.
Whatever. Brandon Paris says he should make a chili dog smoothie. Blend up the hot dog bun and chili. Would you guys eat that?
Nope.
No.
You wouldn't eat that, even though it's.
I think that's what it becomes once you've eaten it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
chili
fair.
dog smoothie.
What about like
down deep in your gut?
An Auntie Anne's pretzel dog. I haven't had one of those in years.
Those are fantastic.
They're unbelievable.
When I first met Laura, she was working at Annie Ann's.
Oh, that's dangerous.
And one of her favorite stories, though, or one of the things we laugh about is, they had the Parmesan herb deal. And some lady walks in. She's at the one at the Walmart. It's 21 years ago. I want that Parmesan herb. Parmesan. Huh? Parmesan.
Parmesan herb.
Give me the Parmesan herb.
How much free food did you get from
Do you want the fillet mignon, too? That.
The filament, yeah. How much free food did you?
She didn't work there long after that, but enough to know that she didn't need to stay there long. Too many carbs.
Mm-hmm. Cheese dip? Can y'all get with cheese dip on a hot dog?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
The last time I think that we had a game day at your house, you made hot dogs, and I just dumped that meat cheese dip all over.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
I guess, when you put it like that,
cheese
maybe.
dog, yeah.
Okay. Casserole? Have you guys ever had like a hot dog casserole? No?
Nope.
What about cheddar corn dog muffins?
Never
Almost
had,
in, like
nope.
cornbread. You done that before?
No, I've never done that.
Some of these I've had, some of these I haven't.
Yeah.
One of my stepmom's favorite recipe that she's made before is spaghetti pie, and I saw a recipe for hot dog pie. That's something
I think we're just making stuff up at this point.
Now we're getting
we're just getting way out in the weeds of Google.
Delish will like have these different recipes.
Yeah.
Blend them up. Someone on our YouTube, Tommy says, blend 20 of them and get it over with. I don't know if I could eat them like that. That sounds.
You need texture with them.
Yeah, I think you just got to do 11 a day for a week. Get a little break at the end. You just got to do them 3 at a time.
Which coach?
3 or 4 at a time. Boom, boom, boom. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
This might be an easy answer between Pittman, Van Horn, and Muss. Which coach do you think could eat the most hot dogs?
Muss.
Say Muss over Pittman.
Absolutely.
Muss
could run it off too.
Competitor.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he wouldn't lose. The little guys always win these contests. It's not the big guys like.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, it's the little guys.
You'd go Muss too over Pittman?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you threw Neighbors in there, then that might be a better discussion. I think Neighbors would be a sneaky choice too.
So do you think Neighbors would beat Muss?
No, I'd probably still go Muss, but it wouldn't be so clear cut.
I don't know, man. I don't know when the last time I say that he was scarfing down pizza when he was talking to us at the NCAA tournament. He doesn't look like a guy that eats a lot of unhealthy food.
No, and he probably runs and bikes a lot every day, as we know. The last time we talked to him on the show, he was on a stationary bike while conversing with us.
I don't know how he does that. When you guys work out, do you ever? I listen to music when I run. I run my mile and a half, or 2 miles before I work out. Do you guys ever try and read or do something?
How do you read on a treadmill?
He does that, man. I don't understand how he does that. Or talks to us. That's a talent in itself.
Yeah.
He's the man that is truly built different, more than anything.
Yeah, no question. So, any other hot dog recipes we need to approve of or disapprove before we move on?
Brian wants to know if we put canned chili or homemade chili on our hot dogs.
Homemade. Hormel chili.
Hormel's, I mean, just
it's
emergency only chili.
William in Jonesboro wants to send us
That's concession stand chili.
Exactly.
His wife's spicy hot dog casserole. I'll try that, William. Send that in. We'll take it.
All right, we got a lot to get to. What's your beef Wednesday? What are you beefing about today? We're going to get to that later in the show. It's brought to you by the Fence Man. From large commercial jobs to small residential repairs, whether it's a wood privacy fence, vinyl fencing, commercial or residential chain link, anything involving a fence, even custom wrought iron installations, the Fence Man does it. 782-3936. That's 479-782-3936. For the Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Nate was joking with me earlier on our text line. Tommy says anyone that wants a hot dog at 6:05 a.m. shouldn't complain about the food at an all-inclusive resort.
It's true.
I've never had I've never had the opinion that just because of food is not quote unquote meant to be eaten at a certain time, that doesn't mean it's not good at a certain time. That's where I stand on that. But so you think Muss can eat the most hot dogs if given the opportunity to go up against the other coaches? It is good that you've reportedly locked him down, confirmed from Whole Hog Sports, and of Jeff Goodman. I think some others have gotten this as well. Asked Clay yesterday how they went about doing the FIOA, and I've had people playing basketball yesterday, both in the afternoon and night, were asking me, hey, what's the deal with this contract situation? And until we actually see the facts and figures of that, we can only speculate to this point. But 5 years, around $4 million a year.
$20 million over 5 years.
That's what's being reported from
I would not be surprised if the first year's, 3.5, 3.7, and then the latter years are, noticeably over $4 million, and it averages out to a 5-year deal, a new 5-year deal for about $20 million. That's kind of how I would see it, with bonuses and escalators in there that could probably get the thing up to, 22, 20, and I'm sure. Here's the thing: you make a Final Four run, you make a national championship run. You're just a few more plays from being in the Final Four this year against obviously the eventual national champion in Baylor. Then you're going to rip this agreement up and do a new one, because if he gets to a Final Four and certainly a Natty, you're starting over again on this deal. But this will have incentives built in, I'm sure, much like the last one, where hey, your team advances all the way to the Elite Eight, the Final Four, the national championship. It's bonuses not just for him, but I'm sure for his staff as well.
We're going to talk about what's going on with Arkansas private and public schools in sports this week. And since we're bringing up that, I know Kevin Kelly, Tommy, spoke to Andy Staples about the possibility of coaching in college, and he said, just pay me $100,000 a win.
Yeah.
I like the incentives that Hunter has put, and I know it's not just him, but his whole staff has put in these contracts where you earn more, and there's a lot of trust that, hey, if you win these games, you're going to benefit from that. And I would expect, as you're talking about these facts and figures, you'll see those numbers go up with more postseason success for Eric Musselman.
I wish the buyout situation would go down if you don't win enough. There ought to be tiers to your buyout, where you get less money if you're fired based on losing, particularly in football. I mean, Chad Morris gets 70% of his contract roughly, and he got fired because he didn't do his job very well. I wish there was a way to do that, but agents and coaches are going to resist that as long as they can.
Yeah, you can figure it out. past the.
Well, you got to get someone to agree to do it too. You got to get a coach to agree to do it.
Coming up at the top of the 7 o'clock hour, as I mentioned, what do you think about private and public schools competing against each other in sports? Is it fair? Is it foul? We'll touch on that. Hour 2, Morning Rush, coming up.
Burton Pools and Spas has the perfect solution for buying a pool without breaking the bank. Enjoy quality family time this summer while keeping cool when the temperatures get hot with a semi-in-ground pool. 15-foot pools start at just $99.97 at Burton Pools and Spas. Enjoy your semi-in-ground pool this year from Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and always online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Sophia and Chris Garcia came to Arvest Bank looking to get a home loan. Let's hear what happens.
Chris and Sophia, thanks for choosing me as your lender in the Arvest Home for Me app. And now...
There's more paperwork to do.
Nope, I got the info you sent through the app. And now...
We wait to hear from someone at your main office.
No, now you're pre-qualified and ready to find your new home.
Wow.
And I'll be with you every step of the way.
That's...
helpful.
Very helpful.
Home loans made easy. Arvest Bank, ready to help. Equal housing lender.
Wheels RV in Springdale wants you to seek out all the Natural State has to offer this year. Explore Arkansas in a new RV from Grand Design, Forest River, KZ, Heartland, Keystone, or Alliance. All the best brands at the best prices. Enjoy peace of mind with our lifetime warranty on every new RV and a mobile service shuttle to keep you camping. So come on in and discover why Wheels RV was voted the best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. 5 miles west of I-49, exit 72. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
It's time to say goodbye to contacts, glasses, or bifocals with LASIK or clear lens exchange by Volvision in Northwest Arkansas. Mention ESPN for $500 off your LASIK or clear lens exchange procedure. A quick 15-minute procedure, easy 24-hour recovery no matter your age. Freedom from contacts and glasses is an option for you. Volvision, the official eye care providers of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Go Hogs! Discount cannot be combined with other offers or discounts.
The biggest selection, the best values, and more for your trade at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. No one beats the selection at Harry Robinson with over 500 vehicles of all makes and models in stock today. Some as low as 500 miles, many less than 10,000 miles with full factory warranty. Pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and great vehicles of all makes and models are ready now at Harry Robinson. When the other dealers don't have it, Harry does. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Come one, come all for the new Under the Big Top menu at your locally owned TGI Fridays. It's food and fun for everyone with new circus-inspired items like the new Whiskey Glazed Donut Burger, the new famous Whiskey Glazed Skewer, and the new Cotton Candy Cosmo. The patio is open, so come by and enjoy the great happy hour specials at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. You can order online for curbside pickup by calling 479-484-0906 or order online at Fridays.com. Your locally owned TGI Fridays at I-540 and Rogers in Fort Smith.
When you've escaped the screens and the sun bathes everything in a golden glow, and your friend hands you a cold organic beer that tastes as perfect as nature itself, that's pure gold. Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, the first national USDA certified organic beer. Organic by nature. Enjoy responsibly. 2020 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tired of constant computer issues at work? And who knows what the real problem is? Is it the router? No, it's the hardware. Wait, they said it was the software. Call Hashtag Managed IT Services. Their multifaceted approach to IT support guarantees that everything is working at optimum performance. And Hashtag prevents the small problems from becoming big issues. Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren. 479-802-4978. That's 479-802-4978. Hashtag technology without the headache. River City Bistro is Fort Smith's favorite place for lunch, dinner, and brunch. Open 7 days a week, both on the heated patio and the cozy dining room. River City Bistro is locally owned and open weekdays 11 to 8, Saturdays 10 to 8, and Sundays 10 to 3. Want River City Bistro curbside to go? Just search on Facebook or Instagram for River City Bistro or go to rcbistro.com. River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house?
All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
Tired of loud mowers and blowers, not to mention trips to the gas station? Skip the noise, fuss, and fumes with the #1 rated battery-powered outdoor equipment from Ego. On sale now at your local Yeager's Ace Hardware. Use your Ace Rewards card and save on Ego tools like the 56-volt handheld blower, just $159.99, or the string trimmer, just $199.99. Even the Ego self-propelled mower with a 60-minute runtime is on sale for $499.99. See more details and spring savings at YeagersHardware.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
An increase in the cloud cover today. Best chance of showers and thunderstorms will be across the south and especially earlier highs this afternoon in the low to mid 60s. Drying out tonight under a partly cloudy sky. We drop down upper 30s north, mid 40s south. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny, highs in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Hertz Car Sales. Make the short drive to 2810 Midland Boulevard. Call them today at 783-1722 or check them out online at buyfromhertz.com.
You're listening to the Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Buckle up! Hey, this is Darren McFadden, and you're listening to the Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You are causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but they ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is the Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy? What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
It's hour number 2 of the Morning Rush. Coming up at the top of hour number 3, What's Your Beef Wednesday? About 20 minutes, we'll talk with Brett Good, former Razorback, former Green Bay Packer. But coming up, I want to talk about high school sports in the state of Arkansas. Public versus private school. This debate has boiled over to a certain extent these last couple of years. Private school kid, guy sitting across from a public school kid. What do you guys think about these sports competitions? How should the AAA, should the government get involved? Probably not. But what do you think about this? We'll touch on this subject coming up.
I actually did both, so I've got perspective from both sides that I can share with you. Hey, don't let mosquitoes, ticks, or fleas ruin your outdoor activities this spring or summer. Called Mosquito Joe of Arkansas. They're a family-owned business right here in the natural state that can make outside fun again for you. For mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas, get rid of them this spring and summer with one phone call. 479-202-9960. It's 202-9960. Your first service is only $39. Or go online to arkansas.mosquitojoe.com to schedule your appointment and get more details. That's arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
You can explain these in layman's and treetop terms. Bill 1097 is set to be voted on Thursday, I think is what it is.
Okay.
It's going to force the Arkansas Activities Association to separate public and private schools in athletic competition. Is this a good idea?
I never think it's a good idea when state or federal government get involved in decisions involving how the Arkansas Activities Association or the local school district or any of these things should run. So, again, I start there that I don't think the state legislature should be getting involved in how they have a very well-abled governing body that's made up and voted on their rules by institutions within our state, the public school and private school institutions. So, first of all, I don't think the state legislature needs to wade into this, but I get why it's happening. Not all private schools are created equal. That's the other thing. People want to just lump all of them in and think every one of them is like Pulaski Academy or Little Rock Christian or Shiloh Christian. Those are the ones because they win in football that people get upset about and wave the flag and make the claim of unfair recruiting advantages because they have a boundaryless district. There's been a multiplier, that they've worked from a multiplier standpoint for a number of years.
Because LRCA is a 4A school on traditional level, but they compete at the 5A level.
Right, because you basically get bumped up a class or two based on the multiplier.
Which is what?
I believe it is 1.75, but don't hold me to that.
Okay.
So for every student you have or a public school has, your students count for more because of the lack of a district boundary that you have to operate within. I think a lot of private schools that draw the attention of a lot of fans that are upset with some of these advantages, and it's a handful, let's just be honest. Those particular schools, PA, Shiloh, I don't think they would have any problem, particularly PA, competing and signing up to, hey, we'll play at a higher classification. We think we can compete. We think our program's good enough. That always has seemed to be their attitude and their MO about it. So I think with the direction they're going, based on your performance and based on the fact that Pulaski Academy's won how many of the last 5A state titles in football? 5 of the last 6, 4 of the last 5, something like that.
Did have that one loss, Little Rock Christian.
Right. I mean, but they've been a dominant team in that classification, right? I don't think they would have any problem moving up to 6A. I can't speak for Kevin Kelly.
Well, I'll tell you what he said.
But I bet Kevin Kelly would sign up because I look at his non-conference schedule, and he seems to take on all comers in that.
Here's what he said in a text to Arkansas Online. Says, let's be honest. Dominant is dominant regardless, and there are some teams that are just dominant. Overall, I think many teams that win a lot will look forward to change and a brand new challenge. I don't think Kevin Kelly and Pulaski Academy have ever backed down for a challenge. And I just wonder if I think going all private school is a terrible idea. You don't have the same number of Texas or the different surrounding states.
There's a huge difference between Union Christian Academy. There are a bunch of small private schools in this state that are Class A, maybe 2A schools. Another part of it, Harding Academy's been very dominant in their division. This is a lot about football and not as much about basketball.
It's 1,000%
exactly
about football.
So, but there are, for every Pulaski Academy, Harding Academy, Shiloh Christian, there's a Union Christian that really wishes there was that doesn't have football because their school is that small.
Or they play 7-man football.
Play 8-man football, and maybe travel to another state to even find games with schools that are small enough to put them on equal footing. So the idea that we're going to take all the private schools and just by virtue of them being private schools lump them together is not going to create the competitive playing fields and competitive conferences that some are trying to, or at least seemingly trying to go for, because there's going to be probably a wider gap between top and bottom in that kind of setup.
Jake and Matt.
And it probably dilutes the state championship for both sides. It doesn't make the private school state champion in whatever sport probably have as much value or worth. And I think it certainly would take away from a 4A or a 5A state championship in football, knowing that, because people are always say, well, yeah, but you didn't have to play PA, or yeah, you didn't have to play Shiloh, or yeah, you didn't have to play Harding. So people, it takes the value and the worth out of it from both sides.
Jagan Magazine texts in, he says, people will always just find things to gripe about. Going private would be horrible. Now, one of the parts of the plan that's been introduced, Tommy, with this this new idea, let me make sure I say it right, a competitive, where'd it go? Go back real quick. I'm trying to find my rundown. The competitive equity factor released last week creates a system where private schools could either move up or down in classification based on their performance the past 4 seasons. This would differ football, basketball, baseball. You could play in different classifications for each sport.
And listen, I can't – if PA or Harding or Shiloh has a great baseball program, that maybe I'm not as plugged into that. But this is 1,000% about football.
No, yeah.
And I think keeping the control with the member schools, their conferences, their administrators is certainly the way to go with this. You can't take Sacred Heart and put them in some kind of conference or classification with these larger schools
Sacred
that have
Heart, Union, Conway Christian.
Subiaco Academy would be another. I mean, you just
They get housed.
Well, I mean, it would be a horrible situation for those schools that would have to travel further and couldn't play in their local 2, 3, or 4A conference.
Mm-hmm.
And you think back, in basketball, Subiaco Academy has a great history and a great rivalry with some schools in the area, such as Ozark or Clarksville. You're gonna move them out of those conferences, and now they have to drive to Little Rock or Conway, being one of their closer games. There's a lot about this that hasn't been thought through completely yet.
I am curious. I'm not as plugged into the high school circuit, particularly high school sports, as many of you all are, but it seems like that we've had a bunch of texters text in that I'm based on where they live, and maybe I'm wrong. They seem like public school, and they're not a fan of this idea at all. I can understand the amendment. Like I think the competitive equity factor is a better idea than just making a private school and public school league, because what you brought up earlier, you nailed it. You're not the true state champion.
Nope.
You're just not.
Dilutes it. Both ways.
If you win the 5A state championship and you didn't have to play Pulaski Academy for it and they're in another division, you're not the 5A state champion.
Yeah.
Period. And Shiloh, the same way for Shiloh. You're not the 4A state, or is it 3A? 4A.
4A.
Yeah, you're not the 4A without being Shiloh.
Find us on 99.5 and 1290 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs in Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, 97.1 in Camden and South Arkansas, and everywhere on hitthatline.com.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $200 million. So, what would you do if you won?
If I won a big jackpot, I would build a huge mansion next to Mount Magazine.
If I won, I would travel, and I would travel, and I would travel some more.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $200 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Whether you're fishing for coldwater bass on Beaver Lake or Table Rock, or fishing for a trophy brown trout on the mighty White River, the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue will catch them. It has that famous rolling action whether it's fished extremely slow or worked fast in heavy current. This rogue suspends, so it will stay in the strike zone longer, allowing you to catch more fish. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
At any of the Clay Maxey companies, it's just an easy, customer-centered experience. We wanted to make it a one-stop shop, so we added Kawasaki and Can-Am and Hustler and Worldline. It's really been a nice add for us. We provide full service. We're doing pickup and delivery. We were able to add the Vexus line, which is a premier bass boat line. We want to make it easy. We want you to visit us at any of the Clay Maxey companies, Clay Maxey Ford and Harrison, Berryville, Motorsports, Marine, or Clay Maxey NWA.
Farm Credit has been a trusted friend for over 100 years. They are ag financing experts, so whether you're a longtime farmer, new to farming, or buying your dream home or land in the country, their experienced staff has a plan to fit your goals, needs, and your bottom line. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal opportunity lender.
Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedures for you and your family. From general dentistry, braces, implants, and cosmetics, Dr. Bo Sparkman and Dr. Brogan give all of their patients better lives with a better smile, more confidence, and a comfortable experience every time. Riley Farm Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit RileyFarmDental.com.
The Golf Nut has a great selection of shoes arriving weekly. Choose from Nike, FootJoy, Echo, Under Armour, New Balance, Asics, Puma, and Adidas. While you're there, pick up a hat or check out the wide selection of apparel and accessories. Need golf balls? In stock now. The new tailor-made TP5s or the Titleist Pro V1 or Pro V1X golf balls. Check Facebook for daily specials and new arrivals. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Your #1 golf shop since 1994.
There's more to a tractor than just horsepower. A tractor also needs weight to get that horsepower to the ground. With TYM, a heavier tractor comes standard. Many of the TYM models weigh more for the horsepower than comparable tractors from the big names. And tractors that weigh more do more. See Bush Tractor at their new location at 6100 South Zero in Fort Smith, or log on to bushtractor.com to see how they can upgrade your productivity.
Whether it's a game day, a holiday, office function, or your family lunch or dinner, Whole Hog Cafe Fort Smith is ready to serve you their award-winning barbecue and sides. Dine in or call either of the Whole Hog Fort Smith locations, Borough Road or Phoenix Avenue, or go online to wholehogfortsmith.com and check out their buddy packs and party packs. Both Whole Hog locations are currently open 11 till 6, Tuesday through Saturday. Experience award-winning barbecue and sides at Whole Hog Cafe today.
Tired of loud mowers and blowers, not to mention trips to the gas station? Skip the noise, fuss, and fumes with the #1 rated battery-powered outdoor equipment from Ego. On sale now at your local Jaeger's Ace Hardware. Use your Ace Rewards card and save on Ego tools like the 56-volt handheld blower, just $159.99, or the string trimmer, just $199.99. Even the Ego self-propelled mower with a 60-minute runtime is on sale for $499.99. See more details and spring savings at JaegersHardware.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
What's cracking, Fort Smith? Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. Winter's over and I'm feeling like a spring chicken. So if your old ride's a rotten egg, don't let it spoil your spring. This month you could get an excellent deal on one of our Rath Road Ready vehicles. Each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. I don't care if your old ride is fried, scrambled, or hard-boiled, because right now you could trade up when you trade it in, even if you're still making payments or you owe more than it's worth. My non-commissioned sales staff will help you trade in that bad egg and drive away sunny side up in a nicer, newer car for the same or possibly even lower monthly payment. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for spring in our Meineke Car Care Center with free AC checks, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. So hop into spring in a nicer, newer car, but hurry, a deal this good will spoil fast. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends April 30th, 2021.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Crabb.
First base line's open. The pitch is ripped deep to left field by Webb, and it's way out of here. Braden Webb hits his 3rd home run of the season.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
Going to talk with Brett Good in about 5 minutes, about 45 minutes. We're going to do a little What's Your Beef Wednesday here on the Morning Rush.
Hey, brought to you this morning by World of Wireless. 877-305-DISH is the phone number to call Ben and his crew at WOW. They've got everything wireless you can imagine, from high-speed internet that's fiber to the door. Fiber to air is what it's called, and they wirelessly shoot it to your home in rural areas. So if you can't get high-speed internet, you might check out wowfastinternet.com. Also, great satellite service as well. They're a premier dish dealer, which means they can match any offer you might have received in the mail, online, anywhere. They'll make sure you get a better price and a $100 Visa gift card to go along with that, too. 877-305-DISH is their number for high-speed internet. Also, for great satellite service, call WOW now. That's 877-305-DISH.
Arkansas baseball gets a 12-4 victory over the UAPB Golden Lions last night. Christian Franklin had himself a day, a career-best 6 runs that he helped brought in. And it was good to see Arkansas baseball coming off an emotional win against Ole Miss this Sunday in the series when they were able to take down there in Oxford to respond and get a win last night. Dave sat some starters. Some guys were still tired. He mentioned that they didn't even have practice on Monday. So good to see Arkansas baseball get a win against a team they were supposed to beat pretty handily.
I mean, just look, they've got a few more midweek games coming up. One tonight, obviously, with UA Pine Bluff, and then some more Gramblings coming up. There's going to start running out of these midweek, but there are 27 wins. They've got to get to 28. This isn't a game that would kill you and knock you out of hosting a super regional, but Pine Bluff is 2-20. I don't know what their RPI is, but it's going to be way down there near the bottom. So this is just a an RPI killer situation where you just want to avoid it tonight. And Arkansas is obviously the better baseball team. You can't beat yourself tonight. But 28 wins, don't count your chickens before they hatch. 28 wins if they win tonight. And you've still got, 6 weekends of SEC play still in front of you. So touching 40 in the regular season is always the mark of a great season. The best teams, by the time you get to the end of the College World Series, have 50 or more wins a lot of times. Arkansas is on pace to be one of those teams. If they make a good, deep postseason run, they're 27-5. There's a good chance they could scare up 50 wins perhaps this year with a postseason run we're all expecting.
They got to figure out starting pitching if they're going to get to that point, and that's something that Dave's been open and honest about, not only in post-game press conferences, but on with us yesterday.
And they got to figure out how to hit against starting pitching. I know they had 11 runs early in the ball game Sunday, but prior to that, Arkansas has not hit SEC pitching, starting pitching in the first 2, 3, 4 innings of games very well lately. They've been hitless a lot of times in those first three innings in your first time up through the order. So that's one other thing. Hopefully Sunday was a sign of things to come because they got on Ole Miss early on Sunday.
A few football headlines for you this morning. 4-star athlete Quincy McAdoo out of Clarendon has decommitted from Florida State University. He's told Hogbeat that he's going to try and be at the Arkansas spring game on Saturday. It would be a big get if he ended up committing to the University of Arkansas.
Clarendon product, and you certainly don't want anyone leaving your state. 4-star, right?
Correct.
4-star
on Rivals, yeah.
So, I mean, this is one of these guys you don't want leaving your state. Now, Florida State is not on your schedule, so at least if they're going to leave your state, a player of that caliber, you don't want to be seeing them for 4 years in a row in a SEC West uniform somewhere else. But this is one I would think put an all-out effort to figure out a way to get him to commit to your school.
ESPN's Football Power Index has you at 29 this upcoming season for the Arkansas football team. Also has the toughest ranked schedule in college football, and it hurts that Texas, I say hurts, you're excited to play Texas, but that's your non-conference opponent. Georgia's your crossover game, and you get an easier one with it being Missouri, but with Georgia expected to be as good as they are, that's going to be a tough, not just matchup in Athens, but it makes your schedule that much more difficult.
So it's just our annual reminder that Arkansas has the toughest schedule in the country in football, right? Seems like an annual conversation. If it's not the toughest, it's top 2, 3, 4. And I imagine if we look down this list, you've got the list there. You're going to see Auburn, you're going to see LSU, you're going to see other SEC West schools on there as well. But you're right, no favors done with Georgia being one of your crossover games. And some tough stretches in this schedule, to say the least.
It's never easy playing in the SEC. And a guy that did do that is Brett Good, who's joining us now, former Razorback, former Packer, part of the Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions teams. Brett, before we get into the Missouri Tigers, this season, when you go back-to-back and are labeled the toughest schedule in college football, what does that do to a psyche of a college football team knowing the road ahead?
It's tough. You just know that each week you're going to have to just have your A game out there, and you're going to have to go out there and perform. And I tell you what, it's getting so much to the point where it's just going to be your schedule. And they keep talking about it being the toughest schedule, and it's like, well, this is just the way it's going to be for a while, because if you look at the recruiting classes of everybody else, every team's just getting better. So you're just going to have to try and compete with them and then try and get to that level that they are.
Brett, let's talk about Missouri for a sec. So you go into this season, Eli Drinkowitz going on year number 2, like Sam Pittman, like Lane Kiffin, like Mike Leach, and coming off a decent year last year, including a win against Arkansas that I know a lot of fans are irritated still to this day about. What challenges does Missouri face in year 2 under Drink?
Well, it's just the developing of the offense. Last year, just like the other coaches, and a lot of teams didn't have a spring football. So what we saw in the fall, putting that offense together, and we talked about how hard it was. Well, now they've had a full spring, and being able to do that and see if they can make a step. And I think that's what a lot of teams are going to be looking at to see if they've improved, if they've kind of installed a lot more of their offense. And one thing that they've got to improve on a lot is the red zone. You know, they had like the highest conversion in the SEC in red zone conversion, but it was all field goals. You know, they were 58% on touchdowns, and the rest were field goals. So if they can convert that, then, you know, they're a lot better football team, and they might win a couple more ball games. So if they can improve on those little steps there, they might get a little bit better.
Brett Good with us here with us every Wednesday at this time, looking at Missouri, who's the tail end of Arkansas' schedule, the last game for the regular season for the Razorbacks. Arkansas does not have a returning starter at quarterback. Missouri does. Connor Bazelak, year 2 under this head coach. What kind of growth and development should Missouri fans and those that watch Missouri football around the league expect from the second-year quarterback?
Well, I think you're going to expect a lot. You know, last year he was co-freshman of the year in the SEC. He had 2,300 yards passing with a 67% completion. But here's the problem: is he only had 7 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So it kind of goes back to that red zone conversation. Plus, the receivers of developing this spring of he's able to throw the ball. He's got a lot of talent, but you want him to put up a lot more numbers on the touchdown standpoint. And so I think that connection with him and Eli is that they can kind of grow that relationship and hopefully move forward for them. That they're going to try and score a lot more points. So he's got the talent. He's just got to put it together on the field.
Second year for Eli Drinkowitz in this league as a head coach. You mentioned a moment ago, not having spring practice. What are the areas of growth and development for him as a head coach at this level that you think he'll be able to accomplish this year?
I think you build, the hard thing about that not having spring football is not only your offense, but the things to look at. It's that relationship, that personal relationship that you build with everybody. And if you can get that where people trust you and they really, they want to play for you. Obviously, they played for him, well last year, so he's got that going for him. But if he gets that relationship, that personal relationship with the players, they're going to want to do the extra step for him. They're going to want to know that he's got their back and he can kind of go out there. And I think last season kind of proved that they can do it, and then they'll build off of that. And he's got a lot of receivers coming back. He's got transfer from Ohio State, Mookie Cooper, and if he can kind of get those guys kind of moving in the right direction and going the right way, they can do well.
Brett Good, former Razorback, former Green Bay Packer, on with us now. Brett, defense. We talked offense a little bit. I know Barry Odom, that's really where he made his home in Columbia. Just thoughts on Steve Wilkes and what he's been able to do.
Well, the interesting thing about Steve is when he was at Arizona, when he was in Cardinals there, he runs a 4-3 defense, and he actually ran the least amount of base 4-3 that anybody did in the NFL when he was a head coach. So just because he runs a 4-3 doesn't mean that's what he's going to run for a lot of his defense. He likes to run a lot of 4-2-5. He's got a great defensive end, and Trajan Jeffco, 6'3", 265. He led the team in sacks with 6 last year and 7 QB hurries. He's got a lot of DBs returning, and so a guy like him coming in, he's going to want to put some pressure on the football. You got the defensive line. They only had 9 takeaways last year, so his job is to come in and try and get the ball for the offense, get some turnovers, and get them in the position that they need to be in as a defensive unit. So I really like Steve, and I think that he'll have a good chance. And from what you've seen in spring football, their defense for a new defense is actually way ahead of the offense this year, and that's impressive for being such a short spring for them.
Brett, how important is this game in Fayetteville for Arkansas? I mean, you think about that, just what Arkansas needs in a win. And it's, hold on, is it in Little Rock, or am I misremembering that?
No, the game's in Fayetteville.
Okay, that's what I thought. But you think about last season, think about how close they came under KJ Jefferson, backup quarterback, and Arkansas just has struggled against Missouri since they entered the Southeastern Conference. How important is it for Sam Pittman to get on the right track in year number 2 against the Tigers?
Well, like you said, we were so close last year. The game went back and forth. We know we can compete with them. They obviously had a better record in the SEC last year. So, we've got to pick our game up. This is a game that we need to win, not only because of just an SEC record, but, also recruiting purposes. They're kind of in our back door where we don't want them coming into Arkansas and kind of getting some of those kids that we're trying to keep. And we want to be able to go up into Missouri and then other states and be like, we're competing against these guys. So it's very important to win these type of games.
And one less day for both teams to get ready, as the game will be on the kind of traditional Friday for Arkansas to end the regular season. Missouri plays Florida the week prior. Arkansas plays Alabama. I don't know who has the edge there. Arkansas travels to Bama Florida will be a home game for Missouri. I'm just looking at their schedule, Brett. Non-conference-wise, Central Michigan, Southeast Missouri State, okay. The one that catches my attention, they go to Boston College this year to take on BC.
That's right. They go to Boston College, and you throw in North Texas as well. So their non-conference schedule is actually very favorable. Where they've only got to win a couple of SEC football games to be bowl eligible, and then they start talking about the conversation to get to 7 wins. So if they're able to go into Boston College and win, which is not the easiest of places to play, even though you just kind of look at and say Boston College, it's a tough place to go to and play for some schools that aren't used to it. So if they can go there and beat them, then they're going to be sitting right to have a good record and looking forward to maybe getting 7 or 8 wins this year.
Home SEC games from Missouri against Tennessee. They play Texas A&M as their other crossover. That game is in Columbia. South Carolina, and then the Florida game I mentioned earlier. Road trips to Georgia, Vandy, also to Kentucky to start the year, and then Arkansas to end the year will be their SEC schedule. So what you would expect when you look at the SEC East, you got to play Georgia, you got to play Florida. Other than that, there's some very winnable games.
There are some very winnable games. I think the thing that kind of helps us out is, towards the end of that schedule, you got Georgia, then they got South Carolina and Florida. Mm-hmm. And I know we're taking out on Alabama before we play Missouri, but it kind of leads into that you're kind of in the gauntlet, and hopefully that you can kind of get some momentum there and maybe get some things to go your way. And I think Arkansas is going to be thinking the same things. You can kind of get on a roll there at the end of the season, and it'll be a good football game.
All right, next week we'll talk about the Razorbacks as they will have completed their spring game that we'll all get to witness and see either in person or on television this Saturday. What are you expecting Saturday when we get ready at 2 o'clock to see the final practice of the 2021 spring session?
I think it's one thing that I've kind of been talking about before is just the energy. I want to see these guys going out flying around. Knowing their assignments, this is still spring football. There's going to be a lot of guys getting some reps and just kind of getting the atmosphere and everything going back, for Arkansas football, because I think that we can build off the spring. This is by no means kind of, set in stone to what happens in the fall, but it's a very good idea of what our football program is going to be like and what our team players are going to do. So if I can go out there and see some energy, that's going to be a big positive thing for me.
From an offensive standpoint with formations and plays, and also from a defensive stunning formation, how vanilla do you expect Saturday to be?
I don't know how much they're going to show. That's one thing you've got to be careful of showing a lot of your offense and a lot of your blitzes and a lot of your mix up in coverages. I don't think it'll quite be like the, a Pro Bowl NFL game where they're not blitzing a whole lot, but, it's going to be seeing the guys in the one-on-one positions, and that's the energy. If you get out there and you just do very base stuff, and you can kind of see where you're at. When you start blitzing stuff, it helps out your cornerbacks and your linebackers and everybody. And same thing with play action. They're going to be able to get that out there. But if they get out there and it's just one-on-one battles, we're going to see where we're at, and that's kind of that's going to be important for our team moving forward.
All right, next Wednesday we'll talk about Arkansas spring game with Brett as he'll join us again next Wednesday here in the second hour of the Morning Rush. Brett's now part of the winning team at Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Brett, they can call you directly on your cell phone, 651-2292, or shoot you a text. You'd love to sit down and talk with everybody about commercial or personal insurance or any employee benefits companies are looking to change up.
That's right. You can call, text, email me. You can text me. I can send you my email address. We can converse any way that you'd like. I'd love to have an opportunity to discuss anything that you need, the tax benefits on the employee benefit side, and then we can go down the whole gauntlet of trying to help out your company the best way we can.
All right, 651-2292. He's there to help your business, 651-2292 for former Razorback and Super Bowl champion Brett Good with Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk next Wednesday.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Good catch up with Brett, as always. Transitioning the conversation to a little Arkansas basketball. The top of our open features the video that the Arkansas basketball team put up of Hunter Yurchek, Eric Musselman, UA Transit. What'd you rate that video?
That's pretty creative. We should have thought all along. I was saying, you got to get board of director members from 2 different boards and the chancellor and all these signatures and all these people to approve it above Hunter Yurchek's pay grade. And that's probably still going on. But the one thing we didn't consider is, hey, Muss wants to make sure he gets all he can milk out of this on social media for this contract renewal as well. And I think some of these videos and then the post that Hunter put out certainly give some energy and certainly show the creativity that Muss and his staff have for this.
I think us being in Arkansas and talking about Arkansas sports, particularly Arkansas basketball as of late every day, it skews our opinion on how hot Razorback basketball is right now. But when you talk to national college basketball analysts, when you see the rankings, and Arkansas is in like top 20 for like 8 different rankings for next year, you see
the way too early rankings.
Yes, you see how recruits are gravitating towards this basketball program, and this has to be one of the hottest, most talked about basketball teams in college basketball right now because of everything that's happened so quickly and so compounding on each other these last couple of weeks, I feel like.
You know, Muss is, 57, going to be 58. So that's pretty well. You wonder, it all seems to be clicking for him these last few years. I know he spent a lot of time in pro basketball, bounced back from the NBA to developmental leagues, some international stuff, had been an assistant in college. His system seems to work, right? I mean, and I guess, is it just the fact that the transfer portal came along and that's what made it all click? A coach this talented that seems to have it figured out how to build culture, how to get the right people in the right places, you wonder how it didn't all click for him sooner. And I think the transfer portal has probably been as big for him as it has been for anybody in college basketball because he is very good at identifying the pieces to the puzzle that are going to fit perfectly in his program. Or at least that's what we saw after last year because it all worked this year after losing, 2 great players.
Do you feel that Razorback fans have unrealistic expectations from here on out with this basketball program? Do you think, like, if they got knocked out in the round of 32 next year, do you think Arkansas fans would be highly disappointed?
Well,
and I know we'll have to.
Some of that's going to depend on the regular season you had. We got to understand that you're not going to win, 12 in a row they ended up winning in SEC? You're not going to win 12 SEC games in a row very often.
Yeah, you're just going to win 15 next year.
Well, exactly. What we saw this year was the league where Tennessee wasn't as good as we thought, and Kentucky was worse than they've been in a long time, since they got beat by Robert Morris, whatever, in the NIT. How will Eric Musselman's program compete when Kentucky is back to being Kentucky? Because that's going to happen. And then there's a Tennessee. Can you become that other school? Can you become what Tennessee was supposed to have been this year? Because Tennessee, I don't think, is going away either with Rick Barnes.
Regular season Rick.
Well, but it's still going to be a challenge to get to that point. That's what determines your seeding. You got to get that 2 or 3 or 4 seed and hopefully someday be in the conversation for a 1 in order to be in a position for a Final Four. So there's a lot to it in the regular season that will mold and shape expectations for the tournament.
You brought up Kentucky. I can only imagine what that atmosphere would be like in February or whenever the game is played if Kentucky gets back to the Cal team that we've known since he's been there, and Arkansas basketball is competing for the SEC title. It'll be similar to what we saw 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, whatever it was.
When he got tossed out
in Bud Walton Arena, and this game will even have much more significance because you're assuming Arkansas is going to be ranked, and hopefully will live up to some of the expectations that you have for Arkansas basketball that Eric Musselman has, but the cohesion and the togetherness that wasn't there initially in conference play but eventually came together, you got to find the pieces that fit. It's not always about the most talented. I always go back to what Kurt Russell, as Herb Brooks said in Miracle, I'm not looking for the most talented players, I'm looking for the right ones. That's why that team beat the Soviet Union in the semifinals in the 1980 Olympics. They didn't have the most talent. They just had the right ones. And Muss, while he's got talented players, I'm not diminishing what Jalen Williams, Devo Davis, J.D. Noten, some of these other guys are. You have to have the right chemistry in order to have success, especially on the basketball court, to play as a unit as 5.
The transfer portal allows you to get a more known commodity. You can watch tape on a player at a collegiate level and know what you're getting. You can talk to college coaches and know what you're getting. That's the game changer here that I think has helped not just Arkansas, not just Eric Musselman, but a lot of programs and some players. I mean, a lot of players go into the portal and they stay there. They never go anywhere out of the portal. But it allows you to hand select people that truly fit what you need because they're a known commodity at the collegiate level.
Trick question, real quick. Not trick, but question. Do you know how many players, percentage-wise, are in the portal right now relative to how many college basketball players there are in D1?
Oh, I'm going to guess it's close to 20%.
It's 23%.
23%.
Bob had that stat. I was shocked by that.
Unbelievable. Well, that's the world we're in right now. Hey, I want to tell you about our friends at Gaston's White River Resort. Great time to be on the White River right now. Plan that spring and summer vacation at Gaston's and get away with family and friends at one of their private cottages or accommodations they have right there on the grounds. 80 different setups and arrangements for you and your family to enjoy at Gaston's. Many come with a complete kitchen or a kitchen that you can enjoy breakfast in your room, or you can go to the restaurant and have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at any time and look at the White River and then go out and fish for an entire day with one of their great guides and one of those top water boats and just enjoy the day at Gaston's. Even if you just spend some time walking the nature trails and seeing the wildlife and the planes come and go on property, it's worth it. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Shop local, eat local, be local. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Wheels RV in Springdale wants you to seek out all the Natural State has to offer this year. Explore Arkansas in a new RV from Grand Design, Forest River, KZ, Heartland, Keystone, or Alliance. All the best brands at the best prices. Enjoy peace of mind with our lifetime warranty on every new RV and a mobile service shuttle to keep you camping. So come on in and discover why Wheels RV was voted the best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. 5 miles west of I-49, exit 72. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Farm Credit has been a trusted friend for over 100 years. They are ag financing experts. So whether you're a longtime farmer, new to farming, or buying your dream home or land in the country, their experienced staff has a plan to fit your goals, needs, and your bottom line. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal opportunity lender.
Tommy Kraft here for The Fence Man. Do you own a business that needs more security? Or maybe you just want a better look and more curb appeal? A new fence from The Fence Man can give you both. In business for more than 40 years, The Fence Man can custom install any type of fencing, gates, and controlled access for your business. Call The Fence Man and ask about 18 months same as cash financing with approved credit. 479-782-3936. That's 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. The biggest selection, the best values, and more for your trade at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. No one beats the selection at Harry Robinson, with over 500 vehicles of all makes and models in stock today. Some as low as 500 miles, many less than 10,000 miles with full factory warranty. Pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and great vehicles of all makes and models are ready now at Harry Robinson. When the other dealers don't have it, Harry does. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Spring has sprung and the summer heat will be here soon. Now is a great time to upgrade your air conditioning system. From now until the end of May, Carrier's Cool Cash rebates will save you up to $1,500 on a new heating and cooling system. Schedule your free estimate today at AshleyAir.com.
When your air conditioner breaks, you know who to call. There's only one choice. AshleyAir.com.
The bloodline of any modern business is their computer network, data storage, and supporting hardware. So who takes care of one of the most important aspects of your business? Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren can handle all your networking services like cabling, firewall, routers, and VPNs to hardware and software protection from virus and malware. Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren, 479-802-4978. That's 479-802-4978. Hashtag technology without the headache.
Tired of loud mowers and blowers, not to mention trips to the gas station? Skip the noise, fuss, and fumes with the #1 rated battery-powered outdoor equipment from Ego. On sale now at your local Yager's Ace Hardware. Use your Ace Rewards card and save on Ego tools like the 56-volt handheld blower, just $159.99, or the string trimmer, just $199.99. Even the Ego self-propelled mower with a 60-minute runtime is on sale for $499.99. See more details and spring savings at YagersHardware.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Hot, fresh, fast. Jim's Razorback Pizza.
Do you remember the joy you felt as a kid about pizza night? Remember how good it smelled? You could taste it even before you opened the box. And then that first bite. It was so good. Be the supper time savior. Order Jim's Razorback Pizza now. 434-3456. The best pizza in Fort Smith, or it's free.
Jim's Razorback Pizza.
Give potted plants a healthy start with Scott's Miracle Grow Potting Mix from Metters Lumber True Value. Right now, get 1 cubic foot of coverage for $6.99 after a $2 instant rebate for True Value Rewards members while supplies last. Its rich organic materials help improve drainage and airflow with a 6-month fee. Make sure you visit Metters Lumber True Value today for this bargain of the month and other products to help keep your garden green all season long. Certain exclusions apply. See store for details.
Have you ever been to River City Bistro for a brunch on the weekends? Every Saturday and Sunday, River City is open at 10 a.m. with a special brunch menu. Eggs and omelets any way you like. Premium bacon, sausage and ham, waffles, eggs Benedict, and a great drink menu featuring mimosas, Bloody Marys, and all your brunch favorites. We will see you for brunch every Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. at River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
5 seconds, 4 seconds, gets to the basket, layup, no good, rebound, Note, that's the ball game. Hogs are going to the Sweet 16. Hogs are going to the Sweet 16.
Follow us on Twitter at Ty Sports Radio and at Tommy Craft ESPN.
What's Your Beef Wednesday coming up in 15 minutes. You want to hop in here, feel free. It's 877-377-6963. You can also do that via comment, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch on our video live stream this morning. Tommy.
Hey, 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, one of the places Ty and I both like to go on the weekends or really any day after work. It's a great place for a late afternoon business meeting, conversation with adults that you can actually hear each other talking because the music's not way too loud. In fact, they always got some great music that you can kind of enjoy as you sip on a top-shelf cocktail or get you a great cigar. They replace the air in the lounge every few minutes with their high-end air filtration system that replaces the air, doesn't just scrub it and clean it. It replaces that air every few minutes. So you're going to like everything they got to offer. Then you take a look at their menu, whether it's the 906 wings or their teriyaki wings or the traditional buffalo wings or one of their flatbreads, one of their salads or sandwiches or one of their great desserts. They've got something for everybody at 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. 906 Garrison Avenue, Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to midnight, Friday and Saturday, 4 till 1 a.m. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Sample, indulge, and escape.
So SmackDown just showed me, this is from Nicole Auerbach of The Athletic. SmackDown, why don't you go and read that headline for us?
This is from The Athletic, just shared just 19 minutes ago. The NCAA is expected to approve the one-time transfer rule, which I think we all thought was coming.
We knew that was coming.
The D1 Council is expected to approve this new uniform NCAA transfer legislation this week, which will allow undergraduate athletes in all sports to move freely one time without having to sit out. Multiple people are reporting to The Athletic.
As it pertains to Arkansas sports, football, basketball, baseball, the major three, let's go over these real quick. Is that going to help Arkansas football or hurt it? One-time transfer rule.
That'd be a better question for Richard, but I would think it would help because if you're a program on the rise, and we believe Arkansas is on the rise, people want to catch your bandwagon, so to speak. So I would think for football, it would have to help at this current point.
Basketball. I think this is an easy answer.
Well, I mean, of course it's going to help, but, you know, as you have players, and we know with Muss, 7, maybe 8 guys are going to get any minutes. You're always going to have 3 or 4 guys that aren't. So I think it's neutral because I think Muss is going to have good players come in. I think he's also going to have guys like an Ethan Henderson that leave and go to a place like Texas A&M.
Baseball, Dave Van Horn.
Well, I mean, they're not recruiting down there. They're selecting with Dave's program. So I don't even know if it does it matter. Some of the players that aren't getting time may leave. It may open that door up, but I don't know how many holes that he normally has that, hey, I need to go find someone somewhere else to fill a spot. I guess it could help, but I think you're also struggling to get playing time, particularly with his current roster configuration with so many extra players.
I know Dick Vitale initially came out and said this was, I don't know if he said ruining college sports. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he put something on Twitter. He clarified his statement. Is this going to be bad for college sports? I mentioned a little while earlier, and I think it was Bob Holt that put out the statistic. I think 23% of collegiate basketball players are in the transfer portal right now. That number's probably subject to change since I last saw that figure. But is this going to hurt or help college sports?
And this is going to be an old man comment here, but it's just an indicator of the society we live in today, where it's just easy when things aren't going your way to throw up your hands and quit. Now, there are situations where you've come to a school, coach has left, your position coach leaves, circumstances change. But a lot of times players show up and they've been the man at their high school. They have gotten all the playing time, all the accolades, all the everything, and then they get here and it's harder. And now we just want to quit. It's just so easy to quit these days rather than drive through and overcome whatever's standing in your way. And I know that sounds like an old man comment, but I think it's an indicator of the sign of the times.
I think I have certain old man qualities about myself, like my dad sandals and others. But here's what I'd ask: what are the extenuating circumstances that you would be okay if a player transfer? You just brought up a few, and it differs player to player, situation to situation. But what would be an example that you'd say, oh, he's completely okay with transfer? Because that's where you get diluted. That's where it becomes more of a gray area than black and white. This rule is going to allow you to do it no matter what.
Well, it's kind of like, you really don't know your boss or an employee until you actually work together for 30 days, right? I mean, everybody's on their best behavior in a job interview. I would imagine the recruiting process is much the same way.
What did I wear to my job interview?
It's the last time I saw you in coat and tie. But, everybody's on their best behavior when they're trying to recruit a potential 4-star. And then you get in and you find, well, this coach actually yells and makes us run. I didn't sign up for all these line drills, I didn't sign up for actually having to go to class. I didn't sign up, and that's where I think a lot of times it becomes a mismatch or it doesn't fit. So I think having a one-time transfer rule can certainly be a benefit for players, but let's not make it a 2-time or a 3-time.
So when you look at this rule, and Tommy gave his opinion, if you want to give yours, you can call or text in this morning. Like Justin is, he says, I think you'll see most of it in football. Look at the players the last couple of years. I wonder where you're going to find this being the most prevalent. Are you going to find it in football? Are you going to find it in basketball? Are you going to find it in baseball? Where are you going to see this percentage-wise? So there's more football players than there's basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
Where are you going to see it per team, per percentage, the most affect which sport? I think that's a good question to ask as well.
Maybe we're just paying more attention, but it's already the transfer portal has affected seemingly basketball by percentage of roster more than any other sport on campus, right? Would you agree with that?
You said basketball?
Mm-hmm. Men's basketball. I mean, he overhauled the roster more or less out of the transfer portal
I don't think
this year, and then brought in some freshmen. But I think right now the only answer is Musselman and basketball.
I don't think that. I mean, it's going to hurt. I would think that Arkansas basketball is probably going to benefit from this.
Right, but you said which one's going to have the most effect. And that, the effect can be good or bad.
And so you're just central and down. So you're saying on campus at Arkansas, you think it's going to have the most. What about you think basketball across the board too, not just in Fayetteville?
I think if we studied it and drilled down into the numbers, you find out there's more players that enter the portal and are wanting to transfer in basketball.
I would probably agree with you.
Than any other sport.
I would probably agree.
There's fewer positions and less minutes, and it just you go down the reason. It's generally always about playing time.
Mm-hmm.
Nearly always. Hey, we're brought to you by Wheels RV in Springdale. Get out and explore the natural state and all there is to offer. Man, we got some great spots right here in Arkansas for you to explore with your family. You can get in that new RV by Grand Design, Forest River, KZ, Heartland, Keystone, Alliance. Be next to your favorite lake or favorite river, your favorite state park or national park even. All the best brands at the best prices are at Wheels. And you get peace of mind with a lifetime warranty on every new RV. They have a mobile service shuttle to keep you camping. So come on in and discover why Wheels RV was voted the best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Coming up, What's Your Beef Wednesday here on The Morning Rush. What has ticked you off? What has irritated you? What has frustrated you over the weekend? We've already gotten a handful of texts that we will dive into coming up. We'll come back to Muss's contract situation that is seemingly all but closed, all but announced, all but revealed. Hour number 3, The Morning Rush here, right here. ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, headed your way.
Burton Pools and Spas has the perfect solution for buying a pool without breaking the bank. Enjoy quality family time this summer while keeping cool when the temperatures get hot with a semi-in-ground pool. 15-foot pools start at just $99.97 at Burton Pools and Spas. Enjoy your semi-in-ground pool this year from Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and always online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
So, you upgraded to the elevated ride of the 2021 Toyota Highlander.
New Highlander, Mr. D?
Yeah, figured it was time for something nicer, more refined.
Look at this thing. I mean, that moonroof is pretty sweet.
It's extremely stylish.
That's not all. As you can see, it has leather seats, dual-zone climate control,
and comes with all the latest tech.
And Android Auto. Check out this 12.3-inch touchscreen. Great for navigation, hands-free communication, music.
Awesome.
The Highlander also has loads of space and even a third-row seat.
Did I see 5 USB ports?
You sure did, buddy.
Perfect place for your daughter's new boyfriend.
This is so embarrassing.
Elevate every ride in the new 2021 Highlander.
Get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2021 Highlander L for only $279 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and end 5/3/21.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer. Hey, Tommy here. I want to take a minute to tell you about our friends at R-Track, I-40 at exit 58 in Clarksville. They've been around 17 years doing things right, providing great value to their customers with compact tractors and outdoor equipment to the Arkansas River Valley. See the full line of LS brand tractors with 22 to over 100 horsepower models available. Nearly all feature a front-end loader for maximum utility. It's all at R-Track, exit 58 off I-40 in Clarksville. That is R-Track in Clarksville.
What's cracking, Fort Smith? Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. Winter's over and I'm feeling like a spring chicken. So if your old ride's a rotten egg, don't let it spoil your spring. This month you could get an excellent deal on one of our Rath Road Ready vehicles. Each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. I don't care if your old ride is fried, scrambled, or hard-boiled, because right now you could trade up when you trade it in, even if you're still making payments or you owe more than it's worth. My non-commissioned sales staff will help you trade in that bad egg and drive away sunny side up in a nicer, newer car for the same or possibly even lower monthly payment. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for spring in our Meineke Car Care Center with free AC checks, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. So hop into spring in a nicer, newer car, but hurry, a deal this good will spoil fast. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends April 30th, 2021.
Was your roof damaged by recent storms? Don't fall victim to out-of-town contractors and fly-by-night repairmen. Trust the local roofing professionals at Able Roofing. Call their local number, 474-0006, for a free roof inspection. Never trust something as important as the roofing system on your home to a storm chaser. Able Roofing, 474-0006. Will work with your insurance company. Call now for your free roof inspection, 474-0006. Able Roofing, the hometown roofers.
Introducing Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar. Full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero. 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
Have you been looking for your next place to call home and just haven't found the right one? Then it's time to check out the properties at Trinity Multifamily. With a variety of apartments, duplexes, townhomes, and houses, there is surely one to fit your needs. Whether it's in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, or Central Arkansas that you are looking at, they have you covered. Give them a call today. Trinity Multifamily, 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Frankrow Furniture is having an April Super Stimulus and Tax Refund Sale. Save hundreds of dollars. Sofas, loves, sectionals, and recliners, all made in the USA. Big savings for our finance customers and extremely large savings on cash sales. Family owned, in-store no credit check financing, and service after the sale. Frankrow Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
An increase in the cloud cover today. Best chance of showers and thunderstorms will be across the south and especially earlier. Highs this afternoon in the low to mid 60s. Drying out tonight under a partly cloudy sky. We drop down upper 30s north, mid 40s south. Thursday partly to mostly sunny. Highs in the 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Hertz Car Sales. Make the short drive to 2810 Midland Boulevard. Call them today at 783-1722 or check them out online at buyfromhertz.com.
You're listening to the Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
Buckle up! Hey, this is Darren McFadden, and you're listening to the Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You are causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is the Morning Rush. Borderline erotic. With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine.
That's cool. I can dig it. And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy?
What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
It's hour number 3 of the Morning Rush on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. I've already got a couple of pretty funny texts that we will read to you. Some beefs from our Morning Rush listeners, and whether it's a call, whether it's a text, whether it's replying on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch live stream, you're welcome to hop in here and voice your disapproval of whatever is annoying you in your life this morning. Tommy, as we get into that in just a bit.
All right. Is a business really a business if they don't have a website?
I wouldn't think so.
I mean, it's a website for your business, and a quality website's almost a necessity, an essential. And I don't care if you're a small one-man operation that you do, I don't know, landscaping or accounting, or you pick a lot of fields where people are self-employed, or if you've got a medium-sized company with a couple of dozen employees, but you don't have an IT or a web design person. You need a great website. Who do you turn to? That's Matchstick Studios and their all-new product called Modular Orange. This is a easy-to-use, easy-to-set-up website with no upfront cost. 50% faster than WordPress, easy to customize with drop and drag features, fully responsive, and they've got a team ready to help you put yours together, and it's only $95 a month. There's no upfront cost. That's what it is. It's $95 a month. And they've got designers and copywriters ready to help you. Hey, give them a call and get the process started. 479-755-3043. That's 755-3043. Or check out examples of their work and features that can make your website look great for your business for only $95 a month at modularorange.com. Again, that's 479-755-3043 or modularorange.com.
Roll through these headlines real quick before we get into What's Your Beef Wednesday. Hog baseball, they get it done last night, 12-4 over UAPB. Four-star athlete out of Clarendon, Quincy McAdoo, has decommitted from Mike Norvell in Florida State. Looks like he's going to be attending the spring game this weekend, according to Hogbeat. FBI came out, Football Power Index for ESPN. They've come out with those rankings, and Arkansas's 29 on that list, and they all also have the toughest schedule in college football, according to this model. No surprise.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Yeah.
USA Today has Moses Moody going 12th overall to the Indiana Pacers. I'd like to see him in an Oklahoma City Thunder uniform, but I would have much rather just see him play in the National Basketball Association at all.
Where are the Thunder in the draft order there?
Dude, we have like...
How many first-round picks?
They have so many.
We've got.
What is it, 27 over some bigger Thunder fan than I'm not going to lie. I've been really bad about watching Thunder games these past couple years. I used to be every single week watching. I just hadn't done it. It's harder when
they've got like 30, 40 draft picks over the next like 5 or 6 years. It's something ridiculous.
Sam
30
Presti,
or 40.
Well, just from trades.
I think it's like 27. SmackDown, I think is what it is.
It's a high number.
Yeah.
I may be.
I need to. Sam Presti has some picks to work with. There's no question about it. I gotta double check on that. But NFL draft's coming up. What, the 29th?
End of the month.
Yeah.
So just look here. Your Oklahoma City Thunder have the sixth selection overall in the first round, and then scrolling down, the 17th in a trade from Miami, and that is their last first-round pick. They got
30,
a couple more. They got the first pick of the second round. 4, 5,
36. I'm telling you,
they got 6 selections out of 60. They get 10% of the draft.
Get picks all over the place. So hopefully Oklahoma City makes some right moves. If he drops to 17 and he's in there, I'd hope Sam Presti and company they pick Moses Moody. We talked a little bit about hot dogs this morning. We'll jump back into the conversation because the loser of our fantasy football league has started the Joey Chestnut Challenge, where he has to eat 75 hot dogs in a week, and that's what he has to do. Mark Wahlberg, in order to gain weight, has to eat unhealthy, not work out. He's going to do that by eating KFC and Denny's and drinking 6 packs of beer. Now, you asked me what I would do.
So he's going to be in a movie is the reason. He's not just doing this for fun. He's doing it for a role in a movie.
Said that on Jimmy Kimmel Live. It's for his upcoming movie, Father Stew. You asked me, I said pizza. For you two gentlemen, if you could eat whatever you wanted intentionally to gain weight, drink whatever you wanted, it'd be land sharks and what food?
Yeah, land shark beer and, I don't know, Chicago-style deep dish pizza. That'd be one that's loaded with carbs and fat. That'd be good for you. Anything in a Doritos bag would go well.
Anything in a Doritos bag. Giordano's hit the spot when we were in Indianapolis. I would like to
cheese dip.
So I've had two of the top 3 or 4 Chicago-style deep dish places. Gino's East, Giordano's. I want to try Lou Malnati's. I want to try Uno.
You can get that.
Uno's.
Lou, how do you say?
Lou Malnati's.
You can get that mail order. They send them frozen. I don't know how good they'd be, but
like $80.
Are they
pricey, Tommy?
Woo.
Yeah,
they're $80 for a pizza. Or surely you get 2 or 3 for that.
Let's look.
4.
So if I go to LouMalnati's.com, order
free
online.
Plug for them this morning.
What SmackDown? How for a 2 pizza back 9 inches? How much do y'all think they run at?
Oh, $40.
Okay, SmackDown. What do you think?
Of course, you got to ship them too.
Right. Probably
dry ice, all that.
9-inch pizzas, 2 of them.
2 9-inch deep dish pizza, $55.
$67.99 plus shipping. I'm telling you, they are pricey. That's more than I thought. It was $80, but that's pricey. I guess $80 about with shipping is kind of right around. That's a little pricey to me. It's not worth. I'd rather just go to Chicago.
I'll be at Gasano's before I'm doing that. So
yeah. Now, speaking of food and buffets, which I'm just going to blend that in the conversation. I was asked last week if I'm going to be able to attend a certain bachelor party that's going to be in Vegas for March Madness next year. And I said that's going to be contingent on what happens with the Razorbacks. But is that still the bucket list trip that we all hold higher than anything else?
I don't know if it's the highest, but one of the things I will do at some point is go to Vegas for the first 4 days of the NCAA tournament.
And just eat and drink until
you get there. You want to watch basketball. You've not been to Vegas, right?
I don't have any desire to go to Vegas except that weekend and maybe
so
the Super Bowl.
You've never been there, right?
Mm-mm.
So you haven't walked into one of these sports books like at the Bellagio or that's my favorite because they got these big high-end chairs. But any of these better casinos, and you walk in and it looks like you've walked into NORAD or NASA or something. There are screens everywhere. Betting screens here with all the LEDs that update the odds and the lines on games. And you've got a gazillion TV screens everywhere. That's where I want to sit and watch every game. Probably hard to get into that time of year because I'm sure we're not the only one with the idea.
I think once everything opens back up and next year it's going to be even more packed than it was in previous years because so many more people wanted to go and they weren't able to go. I think that would just be I'll tell you, how many pounds do you fellas think you'd gain that over the course of that weekend?
I don't know.
Let's say it goes back to normal. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You fly back on Monday. I would speculate that
means you got to go on Wednesday.
Yeah, I would speculate, fellas, that I'd gain 15 pounds.
Well, if you didn't at least gain 15, you didn't do it right.
You didn't do it right, exactly.
Right.
I'm trying to think. I guess weddings are the only place that I've been to. I'm trying to think of an all-inclusive. And I know sometimes you go to a friend's place and they have unlimited food, unlimited beer because they order or cook so much and they just bought so much beer. But, I mean, that's a dangerous game you'd be playing if you literally have taps of beer and unlimited food.
But you'll find out it's not cheap in Vegas. Nothing is cheap nor free hardly anymore in Vegas.
Let me ask you this before we move on. What would you pay for massive TVs, unlimited food, and unlimited beers? $100 a day? Is that too much, or is that?
Well, I think I'd go more. Yeah, that's about the price of a Mexico all inclusive.
Okay, what would
somewhere in there?
You do that? Okay. Oh, we can. I guess pencil it in at some point, and that is going to be.
I don't think you can do it in Vegas for $100 though. That gets you to lunch.
Just lunch.
Vegas is expensive, man. It's New York, Chicago expensive anymore.
And that's contingent on what this basketball program does if it's that much more exciting because you want to see Arkansas featured in these games. Eric Musselman has reached an agreement to remain the Arkansas head coach according to Whole Hog Sports. The figure that they got from a source is a new deal combined for $20 million over the next 5 years, according to someone with knowledge of the process. And again, that is courtesy of Whole Hog Sports. Want to make sure we attribute credit this morning.
You can get the rubber stamps on this from the chancellor and the board and the Razorback Foundation board and all of the people that are involved. But the main thing is, does Hunter Yurachek and Eric Musselman have an agreement? And it sounds like they do. And those numbers you just gave, $20 million over 5 years, around $4 million a year on average, sounds very, very believable. I would think that it probably escalates through the course of that, and you're going to see the first year or two be in the 3.7, 3.8 range, and the last years of that contract probably be in the 4.2 or 4.3 range to average it out. But the reality is, you're hoping this contract doesn't see its end, because if you get to a Final Four, you have another magical run that ends up the next weekend, they're going to tear this contract up and redo it again, right? So that's what you're hoping is the end result, is by about the third year of this contract, well, we got to redo it, and they'll be adding years of extension. You got to keep guys on 5 years anymore. But that's the deal, is you're hoping he's making 4.5 because he got your team to the Final Four.
Anxious to see what the buyout is, too.
That's the key to this whole thing. And the numbers, when you got 100 and, in normal times, athletic department up there runs 130, 140 million a year type program. Another $300,000 or $400,000 a year to your basketball coach is not as significant as what's it going to cost you to fire him. And we found that out the hard way with Bielema. We found that out the hard way with a couple of football coaches. This is the first time we've seen Hunter Yurachek negotiate under these circumstances, and I'm interested to see what happens with the buyout both ways. What's it cost Musselman to leave? What's it cost Arkansas to fire the coach?
Now, I heard a rumor on yesterday's program from Clay Henry that he said, and I quote, that you guys had spoken to me getting a raise if I cut my hair. Is that what my raise is contingent upon, is me cutting my hair?
I think just it's a condition of employment. It's a COE. I mean, you may not get to keep your job without it. I think Clay misunderstood the conversation. There was no monetary tie-in. It was, this is getting unkept and unprofessional, and it doesn't project the image of being the host of the Morning Rush. We may have to do something with this, or it's just time to move on.
Listen, this is the fourth host or co-host that sat in this chair, and easily the best hair of any of those four. And you
because
want
everybody
or the worst,
everybody on the radio just
best or worst, either way.
And what I said yesterday, and I'll say this again: you present the businessman, the dad, the fun sucker, and I have to alleviate that to some extent. I have to provide the jazz, the toting the line, the certain aspects that you can't do because you're the presentational side of the business.
So
when does he start being fun?
Well, I love when he gets.
I've been limited. You won't let me.
When
you won't
does
let
this
me
begin?
Swear. You won't let me talk about certain aspects. I mean,
you can tell he's serious because his vocabulary goes up.
Yeah, and his voice.
His voice changes.
He changes. He gets back into puberty.
What's that called? Inflection? Is that how you say?
Oh yeah, you inflect all right.
No
inflection of the voice.
No. So,
I'm just doing my part. Do whatever to do to keep the lights on.
I'd be getting my haircut then. If you're going to keep the lights on, you better get a haircut.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
That's COE's on the line here, brother.
Let me ask you this: have you had a single client tell you that I'm not going to do business with you guys if Ty keeps his hair like this?
Hey, bring that list in. Yeah, we got a list going. Bring the list in from the other room.
A blank sheet of paper. So if you're so taken aback,
there's about 7 or 8 at least that said, "Hey, can you have SmackDown do the ad because Ty's hair just isn't really the image we want for our business."
Yep.
You can't be if you're so taken aback by the best hair in Arkansas sports media. I don't really know.
I think it's second.
I don't really know what
maybe third at best. From the bottom, from the bottom.
You know what Jason said when I asked him? This was probably the best part of his Trusting the Process episode. He goes, and I wanted him to say this. I was leading him into this. I go, Jason, who has the best hair in Arkansas sports media? He goes, Mike Irwin.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It never changes. Absolutely.
I love
classic.
Mike.
We're not saying you need to shave your head. Just keep it. Just trim it up a little bit.
They wouldn't have let that. They didn't let that go at Little Rock Christian. I guarantee you. Yeah, you were raised better.
There are rules there. There's no rules here.
Oh. Touching the collar. We got too much hair touching the collar.
There's too many rules at that school. So I'm in too much of a good mood. But we will do a little What's Your Beef Wednesday.
What is wrong with you? I want to complain. I'm complaining.
I want to complain about complaining.
I want to complain.
It really pisses me off today.
To simply listen to people whine and complain.
I'm angry. I'm spitting angry. I'm like a tornado of anger, swirling about. My heart rate is dangerously high right now.
I'm complaining because not enough people tickle, hug, or smile.
I'm so mad I could eat ball bearings and crap BBs.
It's time for What's Your Beef Wednesday.
You're laughing at text.
Well,
so
I mean, I think Jonathan brings up a great point. The thought that you have better hair than David Basil is just laughable.
That's very true.
David Basil with the best hair all day long, according to Jonathan. Absolutely.
David's the most in shape, the best looking, but he doesn't have better hair than me. And I think he's going to be
the total package.
I think he's going to be joining me for Trusting the Process this week. We'll have to wait and see on that, but that's just
one of you can be Vidal and the other Sassoon.
Exactly.
That's just not a true statement. Let's just be
honest.
How's
that not true?
That he has better hair?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
a factually incorrect statement.
Factually incorrect.
Factually, I typically buy relatively middle tier shampoo. I upped the ante. The best men's shampoo that was in Walmart.
What is? Hang on. Say that again.
What?
Say that again.
Best men's shampoo and conditioner that was in Walmart.
Walmart. Okay. Yeah. All right.
It's like it had this
that just proves your point that David Basil has better hair.
It's like $10 a pop. I never spend that much money. Oh,
the best kind out there. I'm going to start needing the tea tree stuff.
I'm going to start needing a stipend for my shampoo, Tommy.
Yeah.
All right, we're brought to you this morning on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
Turn that in. Let's see how that goes.
You can expense it.
Yeah.
Listen, it's an asset. You expense your assets. We're brought to you by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers this morning. I got a text from our brother earlier this week. He said two conditions this weekend: drinking lots of beer at Hog Pen and going to CJ's. That was literally his only two conditions from coming up from Dallas this weekend. I guarantee that we stop on by. I think our plan is to go on Saturday morning around 11.
Bo Mattingly has better hair than you, according to Dustin and Rogers.
Totally
agree.
That's just
totally agree.
Nah, it's just not true. So, I think Keith would attest to my hair over at CJ's. And whether you're stopping in at the Russellville location or the Weddington location up in Fayetteville, you're going to get great food, great service, and some incredible burgers. Whether it's the
CJ's on Sunday.
Yeah, whether it's.
You get in there and you got to figure out the right combination for you. Whether it's bacon and mushrooms with whatever vegetables, and to me the thing that I found, pepper jack and cheddar on the burger. That's the way to go. Double cheese. Limit the vegetables. Use the fry sauces as your mayonnaise.
I think I'm gonna get my shake, my fries, and my burger on Saturday morning. I'm really excited about it. CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers. When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best, and they are at CJ's. You want to start your beef?
Well,
I guess my beef is that. I'll let you go.
I've got a couple this morning, and we've had a few on the pollen and the allergies, and I'm with everybody. Well, my wife is just really battling the allergies right now. They're not killing me right now, but my eyes are. It's everybody, and then the hardest part is everything around your house, your car, everything's covered in that yellow pollen. So I'm with you. We've had about 20 of those this morning texted in about the pollen and the allergies. So I'll just
popping allergy pills like it's nothing. Good
unbelievable. Lord. Here's the other one. I was away the last couple of days. Stayed at a nice hotel in the Branson area, and no ice machine, no availability. Show up to the room, stop by, got me a healthy drink of choice to enjoy in the room when I got there. No ice. We have reached a point where COVID is now the excuse for everything. There's an ice bucket in the room. Clearly at some point there was the ability to go get ice and consume cold drinks in your room. But now we had to take the ice machine out because of COVID. But you still got free coffee in the lobby. What do you got coffee and donuts? What do you mean COVID? So that's my beef. It's not the fact that there wasn't the ice. And the solution was, well, we can send you on a shuttle to the store. You can buy a bag and come back. That's not going to cut it for me. My beef is this. Have y'all noticed that everything that goes wrong anywhere in society, it's now a COVID issue?
COVID related.
Now we have reached the point where no ice at the hotel is now a COVID issue.
Okay.
I didn't think COVID would live on ice.
There was ice in the Indianapolis hotel. You know why I know that? Because there wasn't enough room in our mini fridge for the cold beverages, so I had to put more in the ice machine.
Right.
So in the bucket or whatever. So we did have that, but I can understand how that's frustrating because that's one of the best parts in a hotel is the clean sheets and the ice.
Yeah. So, the only way to get even was to pack up some of their nice towels and bring them back home, right? Barely zipped my bag up yesterday.
Golly.
That's the only way to get even with them.
So you were speaking to when you and Mrs. Laura went to, was it Cabo St. Lucas, and there was a bunch of Tennessee kids?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago, yeah.
I wonder if Hannah Ann was there, but I
don't think they were there for a Bible study.
I can just see all these kids with their Yeti coolers and just running up the ice, and you never able to get ice because they're just filling it up nonstop 24/7. So have you made sure on your trip this year to Cabo St. Lucas, Tommy, that there's not a spring break trip that's going with you? Because that's the last.
No, because we're going in June, so.
Not spring break, but a college trip.
Well,
hopefully there won't be anyone down there that you have to
It
put up with.
wasn't all bad, yeah. It wasn't all bad having 300 co-eds there. It wasn't all bad.
I need to go to Knoxville. Just experience the Knoxville life. All right, more of the Morning Rush coming up.
Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
Hey, everybody, this is Freddie Coleman of Freddie and Fitzsimmons of ESPN Radio, and you are listening to The Morning Rush.
Eddie Thompson came to Arvest Bank looking for a new checking account. Let's hear what happens.
So Eddie, that's my Blue Checking. With free Blue Checking, you get e-statements, access to our Arvest Go app.
Wait, by free, you mean it's free for the first 6 months or something?
No, it's actually free.
But what about monthly fees?
Nope, no monthly service fees.
Wow.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This song might make you feel cool, but it perfectly describes a fool. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road and gonna ride till I can't no more, and can't nobody tell me nothing. This path will only lead you to God's wrath, because the Bible says the wicked refuse discipline and treat his words like trash. What good is a nice beat when you're headed down the wrong street? I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
Does Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
River City Bistro is Fort Smith's favorite place for lunch, dinner, and brunch. Open 7 days a week, both on the heated patio and the cozy dining room. River City Bistro is locally owned and open weekdays 11 to 8, Saturdays 10 to 8, and Sundays 10 to 3. Want River City Bistro curbside to go? Just search on Facebook or Instagram for River City Bistro or go to rcbistro.com. River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Building a home can be stressful. This is true whether you're the homeowner or the contractor. Many times these issues result in a lawsuit. If you are a homeowner or a contractor and find yourself needing legal help, call the attorneys at Kevin Hickey Law Partners. With experience representing homeowners as well as non-payment or other issues that could arise during construction. Contact Brad Hull or Kevin Hickey at 479-434-2414 in the River Valley or 479-802-6560 in Northwest Arkansas, or check them out at the web at artriallawyers.com.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Come try out the new pink G425 Woods and Irons or the Callaway Epic Speed Woods at the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Spend some time on the putting green and try out a great selection of Scotty Cameron putters. In now, Titleist Pro V1s and Pro V1X golf balls, including Arkansas Razorback logo balls. Need a push cart? Choose from Sun Mountain, Rovic, or Click Here. As always, don't forget to check out Facebook for daily specials. The best place for all your golfing needs, the Golf Nut, Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Have your travel plans changed? Looking for a place that's close to home and keep your family safe? Gaston's White River Resort is located on the beautiful White River. They offer private accommodations in their lodges and cabins. Most cabins have a fully equipped kitchen or let their restaurant staff deliver to your cabin. Call 870-431-5202 and change your plans to Gaston's White River Resort. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
We've got the wings, you've got the mouth. Watch basketball the right way with Buffalo Wild Wings. Get the breakaway bundle and receive 30 award-winning wings for only $29.99. 15 traditional and 15 boneless, plus fries for only $29.99. Order takeout or delivery online through the Beat Ups app. Locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and Conway. What are you waiting for? Watch with wings and get buckets. Available at participating locations for a limited time, dine-in, and takeout only. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
And the pitch is hit high in the air, twisting into right center, hit very well, got a chance, and it's out of here. And Christian Franklin has homered for his third consecutive game.
All your favorite podcasts in one place. The Hit That Line Podcast Network. Brought to you by Breeden RV Center. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
Back here on the Morning Rush, this Saturday, Derek Ruskin and myself will be live at Sassy's Barbecue and Grill following the Arkansas spring game. We've been pumping that out, promos on our on-air sports talk program. We hear on here halftime, Ruskin and Zach, but want to remind everyone about that. Really exciting. We'll touch on that a little more coming up, but do want to welcome in Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources this morning. What's up, buddy? What's going on Wednesday, man?
Hey, good morning. Well, happy Wednesday to everybody. It's just another great day to get a nicer, newer car, folks. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. We love to help folks get that nicer, newer car. It's what we do. We really enjoy doing it. And our non-commissioned solution specialists, they're there for you, and it really does make a difference. I mean, when you go in a store and they've got commissioned salespeople, those people are trying to put you on what they want to sell you. They're trying to make sure that you pay more because that's how they make more. Our guys, they pay the salary plus the volume bonus. All they care about is you drive off in a nicer, newer car. And they're there to make that happen for you every day at Rath Auto Resources. They'll help you find just the right car, make sure that price and payment is right where you want it. And then the Drive Better concept continues with award-winning service in the Meineke Car Care Center. Nobody else can offer that combination. The Meineke Car Care Center, they take care of more and more people all the time. It's one of the top centers in the nation, because they know how to take care of folks, and they know how to take care of cars, and they like to take care of you, too. They've got half-off brakes right now. Buy three, get one free on all tires. They've even got free AC checks going on right now in the Meineke Car Care Centers. If you're looking for a new car, the new Mitsubishi lineup is so exciting. The 22 Eclipse Cross is selling as fast as they come in. That's a terrific car. If you haven't seen it, go online, check that out. We've also got the 22 Outlander right around the corner. You can come in and register the sweepstakes for a free giveaway right now on the brand new 22 Mitsubishi Outlander. Get you an Outlander Sport, a Mirage for under $16,000. Save up to $3,500. Rates as low as 0%. All of that stuff going on in the new Mitsubishis. Or get yourself a Rath Road Ready Premium Pre-Owned car at Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, or check us out online at rathauto.com.
All right, Rath Auto Resources, easy to find, Fort Smith and in Springdale. Larry, have a great Wednesday. We will talk to you again on Friday.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. And folks, come and see us.
Tommy, we discussed this spring game a little bit yesterday with Clay and on Monday as well, and I'm getting really excited about it because this will be the first practice that I've gotten a chance to watch. I hadn't been able to go to the previous two, and going to be doing that again. I'm going to probably park my little behind at Sassy's for about 2 o'clock. It's going to be very tempting for me to see what beverages they have behind the bar, but I'm going to abstain until after the program because that's.
I would probably abstain from the smoked wings too while you're there.
No, I won't be doing that. I won't
keep your cholesterol on the right level. Just to be in peak condition there to do the show at 4 o'clock or thereabouts.
No, I will be pounding some
smoked
of
wings. Are
Allen's
so good there.
I will be pounding some of Allen's smoked wings. Maybe we.
So you're really excited? You said.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited where this Arkansas football team.
It is a practice.
It is, but this is one of the first. What I say, the first that I've gotten a chance to watch.
Yeah.
Of this football team.
I'm intrigued and I'm interested. I don't know that I'm really excited, but I am going to watch it because I do want to see kind of where they're at with this offensive line and a lot of these veteran players that have come back. It's going to be a different look team. We've seen a rise in the level of play in college baseball as a result of the rules this year. I'm interested to see if this can help Arkansas maybe more than the next team, because Arkansas just had more room to improve, So I'm interested to see how we look from tackle to tackle up front. It's going to be hard to tell in a practice, 1s, 1-2s. Everything's going to look great. It's going to look hunky-dory unless they just come out and have a lot of self-inflicted organizational mistakes, but ought to be able to dominate with the offense and the starting defense as well.
Pretty nice little Saturday ahead when you think about the spring game, Arkansas baseball taking on Texas A&M. I will say, if anyone has any extra hog pen tickets, I will gladly pay for them or just take them off your hands for free. I'll be up there, and my brothers can be up there this weekend. And
we had a call earlier from JD, said they were $950 for a 6-pack of them. So
can I expense that?
No, you cannot.
No.
So
Why
maybe you can get a Vidal Sassoon discount or something. A mullet discount or something.
I could probably swindle my way in there. I mean,
just get a credential.
If this was I could do that, but I'd like to sit with my brother if given the opportunity. Now I could if this.
Tell your brother to buy your ticket.
That's a good point. If this was normal circumstances and they were just letting students in, I'm not saying I would do this, but if someone per se me had their student ID and they just could swipe it, even though it looks like 6 years old, I'm not saying I would do that, but I'm not saying that I wouldn't do that either. But since they're doing this special allotted tickets for students this year, can't
sneak your way in.
Can't do that.
I bet you worm your way in somehow. Hey, I'm looking forward to the weekend because it means pool weather is getting closer here as we're the middle of April is tomorrow. Burton Pools and Spas can help you get your backyard ready. If you've already got that pool, you need someone to come out and give you a service to open that up, make sure the pumps and the filters and everything's ready to go. Burton's can do that for you. Just give them a call at Springdale or in Fort Smith. Get on the service schedule. If you've always wanted the backyard of your dreams that included an in-ground or above-ground or semi-in-ground pool, they can help you right now. They've got semi-in-ground pools starting at $99.97 and also have a great selection of hot spring spas as well for you to choose from at Burton Pools and Spas. 43 years. They'll be celebrating their anniversary coming up very soon. We're going to be telling you more about that, plus everything you need to grill outdoors. They've got a new line of pellet grills from Louisiana. They also got everything you need to know from and need for accessory-wise from Big Green Egg. Burton Pools and Spas, Springdale and in Fort Smith, your source for backyard fun.
My mind has been on food all morning.
It has.
I pulled up these smoked wings from Sassy's.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah, this is going to be...
If you don't get the smoked wings at Sassy's, you're just not doing it right.
Yeah. I might have to get my chicken fried steak, too. A little chicken fried steak and a little Sassy's.
I can get on board with that plan.
Wings. Yep. All right. Again, that is Hog Reaction following the spring game. We'll be there at the Barbecue and Grill location off Wednesday.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from tuning.
This is Austin Allen, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
This is Brett Good, former Razorback and Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers. Everyone loves to be on a winning team. That is why I have joined Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Henderson Phillips can help you tackle all your employee benefit, health insurance, and staffing management solutions. Plus, I can help you with any commercial or personal insurance need. Come join my team at Henderson Phillips. Call me, Brett Good, at 479-651-2292. That's 651-2292.
Wheels RV in Springdale wants you to seek out all the Natural State has to offer this year. Explore Arkansas in a new RV from Grand Design, Forest River, KZ, Heartland, Keystone, or Alliance. All the best brands at the best prices. Enjoy peace of mind with our lifetime warranty on every new RV and a mobile service shuttle to keep you camping. So come on in and discover why Wheels RV was voted the best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. 5 miles west of I-49, exit 72. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson for Shangri-La Resort. They're going on their 65th year, giving you some of the memories you treasure to this day. Take it from me, I grew up going there. The Carrs are going on their 3rd generation of taking care of you. Mama Carr makes the best pie in all of Arkansas, and they wake up at 3 in the morning just to start making them. Check them out online at ShangriLaResort.net and check out their Facebook and Instagram pages for some of the best scenery in the natural state. Shangri-La Resort, a touch of paradise and a boatload of fun.
So, you upgraded to the elevated ride of the 2021 Toyota Highlander.
New Highlander, Mr. D?
Yeah,
Figured it was time for something nicer, more refined.
Look at this thing. I mean, that moonroof is pretty sweet.
It's extremely stylish.
That's not all. As you can see, it has leather seats, dual-zone climate control,
And comes with all the latest tech.
and Android Auto. Check out this 12.3-inch touchscreen. Great for navigation, hands-free communication, music.
Awesome.
The Highlander also has loads of space and even a third-row seat.
Did I see 5 USB ports?
You sure did, buddy.
Perfect place for your daughter's new boyfriend.
This is so embarrassing.
Elevate every ride in the new 2021 Highlander.
Get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2021 Highlander L for only $279 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and end 5/3/21.
Owning an LS tractor is about a lot of things.
For me, it's about lift capacity.
It's about the hydraulics.
Owning an LS, it's about how well it's made.
Steel, baby. More features.
Standard features.
It's about the land.
Having something passed down.
It's about having pride in my work.
It's about owning the best.
LS Tractor. What's it about for you?
Discover what LS tractors are all about at our track, Arkansas's oldest LS tractor dealer, on I-40 exit 58 Clarksville, or visit ourtrackwithac.com.
Spring has sprung and the summer heat will be here soon. Now is a great time to upgrade your air conditioning system. From now until the end of May, Carrier's Cool Cash rebates will save you up to $1,500 on a new heating and cooling system. Schedule your free estimate today at AshleyAir.com.
When your air conditioner breaks, you know who to call. There's only one choice. AshleyAir.com.
When you want a beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars in an atmosphere befitting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items, including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites. Dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
Tired of loud mowers and blowers, not to mention trips to the gas station? Skip the noise, fuss, and fumes with the #1 rated battery-powered outdoor equipment from Ego. On sale now at your local Yeager's Ace Hardware. Use your Ace Rewards card and save on Ego tools like the 56-volt handheld blower, just $159.99, or the string trimmer, just $199.99. Even the Ego self-propelled mower with a 60-minute runtime is on sale for $499.99. See more details and spring savings at YeagersHardware.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
What's cracking, Fort Smith? Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. Winter's over and I'm feeling like a spring chicken. So if your old ride's a rotten egg, don't let it spoil your spring. This month you could get an excellent deal on one of our Rath Road Ready vehicles. Each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. I don't care if your old ride is fried, scrambled, or hard-boiled, because right now you could trade up when you trade it in, even if you're still making payments or you owe more than it's worth. My non-commissioned sales staff will help you trade in that bad egg and drive away sunny side up in a nicer, newer car for the same or possibly even lower monthly payment. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for spring in our Meineke Car Care Center with free AC checks, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. So hop into spring in a nicer, newer car, but hurry, a deal this good will spoil fast. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Credit price bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends April 30th, 2021.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Off the inbound, it's stolen by Devo. 2-on-1 ahead to Note. JT with a left hand lays it in and one.
I'm going to try this call-in number.
Call or text the Morning Rush at 877-377-6963.
My first official call-in.
Playing basketball tonight. You
Yeah?
want to play?
Do I want to play? No, I do not want to play. I don't even want to watch.
You don't even want to watch?
No. I don't. Watch you play
sure?
basketball? I'm positive.
Well, I want to. We're trying to do activities and competitions with each other off air, and you keep ducking. I don't know why.
Well, I'm not playing basketball. I'm a 40-something. I'm not playing with a bunch of 20-something. No, number one, I wouldn't play with guys my age. But number two,
I was going to say that there's a couple 40-years that are playing with us tonight.
Good for them. Good for them.
They're trying to get back on the wagon.
I bet their hair's not as good as yours.
My chair is
It's
shrinking.
You need to get on the wagon. You're breaking chairs here with all that extra weight you're carrying right now. So.
I'm down in short size, which
Yeah.
I was happy about.
Yeah.
You know, Lance, our sales manager here at Arkansas, helped me out a little bit. You know, they actually have some quality stuff at Sam's, like Callaway golf shirts and some Greg Norman shorts. You can get dirt cheap.
Yeah. They got these other ones over there. I bought the kind of, in fact, these pants I got on came from there.
Did they?
Yeah.
I was unaware of that until Lance.
Oh, they got some good stuff
told me
there.
It's Sam's Club, of all places.
Yeah. Hey, divorce is never easy. Many times it comes after your husband's been out playing basketball with his 20-something-year-old buddy. Far too long. Hey, those problems crop up, though. It's usually with visitation and trying to settle who gets to see the kids on what weekends and what holidays and all those things, and then the other party not living up to that. If you're having those issues right now, our friend Kevin Hickey can guide you through that. If you're dealing with a high-conflict custody issue, you need an attorney that handles these specific kinds of cases. That's Kevin Hickey. He does it all over the country and specifically here in Arkansas and surrounding states, and he can help you. So whether your case is here in Arkansas or another state, or maybe you're here in Arkansas and your ex-spouse is in another state and that's creating the problem, call Kevin Hickey for help. He'd love to talk to you. Him or Brad Hull are standing by for your phone call, 479-434-2414 in the River Valley. That's 434-2414, or in Northwest Arkansas, 479-802-6560. Find those numbers and more online, artriallawyers.com.
So where's the Muss bus headed? They headed to New Orleans, the Final Four next year.
Oh.
And going to better play. Where is it headed?
I think it's headed in that direction. I mean, you got to feel like you haven't peaked in year two, that you're still trending up, right? So trending up would be headed towards the Final Four. I don't know if that's next year. There's so many things that go into that.
Times out perfectly, man. It's in New Orleans. Now, what did you say every 30 years? 64, 94?
64, 94, 2024 should be the year, right? Something good's got to happen in 2024.
So we got to wait 3 years?
I don't know if it's basketball.
I mean, the baseball team's going to win a natty in 2024?
If you're guaranteed to win one in 2024 and keep the 30-year streak running, or 30-year tradition,
cool.
or whatever, which sport would you choose, though?
Basketball.
If you were guaranteed one, but only one, you go basketball?
Oh, 1,000%. I don't know where. Let's see where 20.
I think the majority of our audience would pick football. Yeah.
I mean, I've made no bones about it.
But you're a basketball guy.
Yeah.
You can't play it very well, but you root for it hard. So
now why'd you have to go there?
Well,
You've
I mean, I
never
was up at the game day.
me play
No, I watched you at the
basketball.
game day live. You just get smoked by some 9 and 10-year-olds. I mean, it was just. Then I hear about how good at Bago you are, and the first 5 tosses I watch, you don't even hit the board. I mean, you don't even graze it. So I mean, I think a lot of this is just bluster. Just bluster.
Now, speaking of bluster,
Yeah.
don't let the facts get in the way of a good
Well, I
story.
think
that's
is
my.
that true?
You know what? That's
Hang
my.
on.
That's
Is
my
that true,
fault.
what he just said?
That's my fault for filibustering and
See, he's filibustering.
and embellishing on stories occasionally
Yeah,
from
yeah.
time or two.
Admitted lies,
That
yeah.
you think that it's appropriate to discredit my sports.
It's
acumen
not
and
appropriate
talent.
to come in here and discredit my lies on the air.
And disembellish my
And disembellish.
Listen,
Yeah, I've never heard it put that way. But.
You can criticize a lot of things about me, but you will not, and I repeat, you will not go after my Bago and cornhole.
I swear to you, I swear, SmackDown, I'm standing on the deck at Game Day Lodge. We've heard all of his talk about his Bago skills, and I'm watching the first 5 bags he tosses don't hit anything. Hit concrete. That's it.
Is it true?
Who ended up winning?
I don't care. That's not the point.
It's not always about the start. It's about the finish. Listen, finish.
Anyway, I got us off subject. So
Phoenix.
you would go I would go football. You'd go basketball.
Final Four and national championship is in Phoenix for basketball. For football, let's see where this is.
Well, Final Four next year's in New Orleans, right? I mean,
2024.
Oh, 2024.
Like you were asking.
Oh.
Any idea where it is in 2024?
No idea.
Football?
Indianapolis.
Dallas.
I don't know.
To be determined.
Yeah, okay. I have no idea.
Y'all know where
Indianapolis
it is?
be a good guess.
You know where it is in baseball?
Omaha.
Okay, I was hoping you'd say like, I
think the bid's still out.
I got to think about this. So.
What's he think about you? I mean, just.
He looks at me sometimes like
he gives me the stop sign.
Yeah.
Hey, don't say anything.
Like
you would know. Like you would know.
Right.
I was just hoping that there would be a slight pause that would be funny. But listen, you answered the bell. You rang the bell like Paul Petrino did for the Idaho Vandals.
What?
Need that.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I was hoping you'd know what that was. Private versus public school. BB Padger, Little Rock Christian Warriors, Southside. Y'all
It was the Rebels then. It's the Mavericks now.
That's so stupid. What do we think about this rule that may be enacted?
I think it's better for the Arkansas Activities Association. Lance Taylor, the schools, his staff, they need to set the rules. They, being the schools themselves, need to control this situation, not the state legislature.
You brought up the idea of a PA Greenwood reclassification matchup if PA got moved up to 6A, which I think
is under what they're proposing here would be almost inevitable, right? For PA to be, instead of in 5A football, in 6A football. I think that would be exciting for fans on both sides of that. They've played before. It's been 12 or 15 years since I think they were in the same classification. Greenwood's a dominant program. PA is. That would be an interesting clash at some point. I'm not a fan of state legislature, federal government, state government getting involved in matters like this. Let the schools figure it out. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. Now, just like with the NCAA and name, image, likeness, federal government in some states passed rules, but they don't go into place for 5 years or whatever. It gives the NCAA time to figure out how they want to handle it. Much the same way here, the Arkansas Activities Association is putting together a plan and has presented that here's what needs to happen in place of a state law. We don't need laws governing classifications of high school sports. We just don't need state government has other things to worry about. Let the schools figure that out.
I mean, I would like to see, being a BB Badger myself, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing Pulaski Academy, Little Rock Christian just dominate us every year.
We'll beat them.
There's a big difference, Tommy, between BB and Little Rock Christian.
But there's always going to be a divide.
No, I agree, and I'm not trying
We used to suck in football.
And I'm not trying to be that guy complaining about it. I get it, because football, we're not the best, but then we could go play basketball and compete with Russellville, Greenwood. We're decent at that,
exactly.
But it's a football decision.
Right. This is 1,000% about football, and the idea that schools could be in one class in one sport and another classification in another. But the idea that all private schools need to be segregated out in classification because Harding and PA and Shiloh win state titles in football is not, to me, very short-sighted in the viewpoint, because you've got, for every one of those we talked about, there's 8 more that are small private schools that are in 2A or 3A or 4A that they're just competitive in their leagues. So the idea that we're going to take all private schools and set them to the side in their own league, to me, just doesn't make sense for everybody.
It's not a true, and I said this earlier, and I'll say it again. You may not like it, but it's factual. Or no, it's not really factual, but it's opinionated. It's a good opinion.
Sometimes you confuse fact and your opinion.
You're not the 5A state champion without being Pulaski Academy.
You're
not the 4A state champion without being Shiloh Christian. You're probably not the 6A state champion without being Greenwood.
Right.
And it used to be Bentonville Fayetteville, but I know
now it's North Little Rock and Bryant, 7A.
And you're not probably the 7A state champion without being Bryant. Now, I just listed off public, private.
And you got Harding Academy that's been pretty good in 3A.
Mm-hmm. So, to me, if you separated those schools, first of all, PA would win the private school championship every single year.
It's not
they'd run through Catholic. They'd run through Christian. Little Rock Christian, as much as I hate to say this, they got lucky 2 years ago when they won that. And Justice had a heck of a game. But Kevin Kelly's not going to stop winning championships if they separate private. And here's the other thing.
You make it easier for him to win, in my opinion.
1,000%. And if you move them to 6A, they're probably still going to win a state championship. Now, they might not win at the same
Greenwood are going to butt
pace.
heads.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Bulldogs, Bruins, state titles probably every single year.
Benton may have something to say about that every now and then. And Pine Bluff. I mean, you got some good schools in 6A, but the focus would be on those two, Greenwood and PA.
Yeah, that's something to keep on. All right, last bit of the conversation as we close it down on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Loser of our fantasy football league still doing the hot dog. If you guys lost and had to eat 75 hot dogs, which he has to do, the Joey Chestnut Challenge, what would be your most consistent approach that you think you'd eat the what? You said chili dog?
Chili dogs or
I would
dogs.
probably agree with Smackdown. I
No
would
bun.
say chili dog. You'd say no bun?
No bun.
Just
Try to eat
right
3
the
at a
grill.
time.
What would you dip them in?
Probably mustard.
Mustard?
Yeah. I'm a
Just
mustard, spicy
plain
mustard. Spicy mustard.
Spicy mustard.
Yep.
Okay.
That'd be my game plan. And I'm glad I'm not having to figure this out. And I'd go with a good hot dog. Get that Bar S stuff out of here. We're not doing that.
He bought organic ones.
Ugh.
And they
Ugh.
expired in February apparently
Ugh.
too.
Ugh.
So
Rookie mistake.
His stomach's been churning a little bit.
Rookie mistake. Hey, brought to you by Riley Farm Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive at the entrance of Riley Farms. Dr. Bo Sparkman, Dr. Brogan, there to give their patients a great experience and a comfortable experience every time. If you're anxious when you go to the dentist, you won't be at Riley Farm Dental because they do everything. There's no doing your teeth cleaning and filling cavities at one place, but you need an implant, you go to another, and then braces over here for your kids. No. They do everything in one place, from general dentistry to braces, implants, even cosmetics. And they've been voted best of the best in the top 3 every year since 2017. It's all at Riley Farm Dental. If this sounds like the place you need to go, 226-3500. That's 226-3500, or book your appointment online at rileyfarmdental.com.
So apparently Tommy, there's a cornhole night every Wednesday at the Bakery District. I think there's a chance. I can't go tonight because of basketball, but there's a chance I might make my way out there at some point. Get the.
I'm thinking you can finish right in the middle of the field there. Probably. There's probably some real players there.
Some real talent out there. Guess we'll see what happens if I can do it next week. For Tommy Kraft,
Hope
Matt
you hit
Smack.
the board. I mean, like the Bago board. Just hit it.
It's all about just the tally at the end, which is W's.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck.
Burton Pools and Spas has the perfect solution.